Klein Alli Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, KROQ Klein Alli Show. Doing it again with Vanessa and Alli. And Klein is out again. He'll be back tomorrow if anybody is super annoyed from hearing my voice yet again. I know I'm annoyed hearing my own voice, but...
Me too.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. You've been here for 3 minutes, so you're already annoyed. We've got a lot of stuff to give you on the show today, obviously. We've got 21 pilots for you because I'm not just going to ask you to listen and get nothing in return. You'll win tickets to see 21 Pilots at BMO Stadium October 26th, and you'll get on that standby boarding list for a shot to see them again in Tampa as part of KROQ's Road Trip USA. But we've also got tickets to Yo Gabba Gaba for you. Everyone loves those. Phones were ringing off the hook yesterday trying to get tickets to Yo Gabba Gaba, and I think those guys are joining us in the studio tomorrow. And later this hour, we'll also give you a chance to win $100 of my money with Alli Knows the News. So we've got a lot going on. Let's get another song on, Vanessa, and then I want to hear about what happened to Jake yesterday, because not only did he do something gross, I think he went to the ass doctor again, but he did something that annoys me to no end on Instagram. I don't even know if he did it. KROQ Klein Alli Show. It's Alli here. Klein is out. He lost a good friend of his, and he had to take a little extra time. He'll be back tomorrow. And so yesterday it was just me and Vanessa. It was just a two-woman show here on KROQ Klein Alli Show. And it was interesting to hear from people what they thought about yesterday's show, because I thought it was a real mess. And you think Monday is bad. Tuesday, I think, after coming back from a long weekend, is a real struggle. And I think Monday gets all the glory of like, oh, it's the worst day ever, Mondays. They get all the songs. Tuesdays are way worse than Mondays. But apparently somebody liked it.
Fire Johnny, fire Klein, fire Omar, and fire Jake. Today's show with just Alli and Vanessa was freaking great. Oh, my God. Off the rails, loose program, random things happening, rambling. It was fantastic. We need a podcast with just you two ladies. Oh, my God. That's been great.
Well, I don't think that Vanessa and I are going to be starting a podcast anytime soon.
Podcast from yesterday is up.
Oh, God. But, Jake, why did you do that? You don't need to make a podcast of what we did yesterday.
No, people want to hear.
No, they don't. I don't.
Wants to hear.
I don't think anybody needs to hear
rambling
like
people
that.
People love it.
No, I don't think anyone wants to hear it. But I did learn while I was going through that goat line message. Vanessa told me that Klein has his own solo podcast that he has started.
I thought everyone knew this. I thought this was...
And do you want to share what that podcast is about? This is Klein by himself, by the way.
It's a life coach type of podcast. Like, it motivates you. Like, I listened to one episode. No, Jake, you're laughing, but I listened to an episode and I was like, you know what, Klein? I will start my podcast.
Yes,
I will
because
start a new
if
thing.
anybody were to drink that Kool-Aid, it would be you, Vanessa. You're just looking for any shred of positivity. But the fact that Kevin Klein has started a mental health podcast.
Oh, man, I feel like I'm telling on him.
And he did not tell us, obviously, for a reason, because he knew we would make fun of him. I don't know.
How long are the episodes?
Well, that's what's interesting, Jake, because the first episode is called Destroy Self-Doubt in 12 minutes, and the episode is 5 minutes long. So apparently he wasn't able to destroy self-doubt in even 5 minutes, or maybe he beat his record. I don't know, but he's got a couple of episodes. The second episode is called Do Not Let the Behavior of Others Destroy Your Inner Peace. So I think we need to get our hands on some of this audio, because I just listened to the first 30 seconds and he was like, I've been doing radio for 10 years and every day someone says something negative to me. And I'm also thinking, well, you say negative stuff to us all the time.
He's a king of negativity.
I know. So apparently this is something that Klein is passionate about enough to make his own podcast where he is talking to no one else about inner peace and how to destroy the doubters and the haters of the world.
Congrats, you guys. We broke him.
I guess so. It's called Bull Ass Life Coach. If you want to download it and let me know what you think, because I have not had the chance to dive in. I think this could be better than the Klein tapes even. But Jake is back in the studio today. Jake, you were out yesterday. You had informed us that you had to go see your ass doctor or whatever.
It's not an ass doctor. It's a gastroenterologist.
Did they fix your ass? Because I think it's been a real problem.
Well, no, my ass is permanently damaged, but I did have a colonoscopy yesterday.
Well, but you've had a lot of these things, right? I mean, Klein, we actually heard a replay yesterday about his colonoscopy and how he wasn't able to eat and how he was on that liquid diet. And, we heard him complain about it for the entire week. But I feel like you get one of these things once a month.
It's not once a month. I do have to have them more often than normal people because of my condition. So yesterday was my third colonoscopy.
And you did something on Instagram that I have seen people do more lately. And it's one of the most annoying things a person can do on Instagram. And that is post a hospital selfie with no explanation of why you were in the hospital.
I know. I messed up. I shouldn't have done it because I had 100 messages of people asking me if I was okay, which I thought, I alluded to that I was okay, but really I do it because I'm in this gurney for an hour and you're just eventually just get bored. I wasn't as soon as I get the IV, take a selfie, I was just sitting there for an hour on my phone and I'm like, let's do
right,
a selfie.
But you have to understand that most of the time when people put up those hospital selfies, it's to get the exact reaction that you got, which is DMs from people, text messages from people going, are you okay? Oh my God, what's going on? And the worst of the worst are the people that post hospital selfies of other people. Hey, here's my boyfriend, here's my grandma, here's my uncle, with no explanation. And I'm like, am I supposed to? And then I'm just seeing a sad hospital photo of someone that I don't know. And then I'm going, well, what am I supposed to do with this information? Am I supposed to reach out? And it's really just a big look at me.
I really didn't think it through, but yeah, you're right. I'm definitely not going to do it again unless I'm actually really hurt.
What I thought when I saw it, I was like, this is a hospital thirst trap for Jake.
Yeah.
All the girls are going to be like, what's wrong?
Especially because you lost weight. I was like, oh man, he lost too much.
Come be my nurse.
Yeah, he finally lost so much weight that he has to be hospitalized. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, we're going to get into Alli Knows the News. So I've got 5 questions that are all ready to go. You can play against... Is Johnny here yet? Mm-hmm. Johnny's here. Okay, so you can play against Vanessa, you can play against Johnny, or you can play against Jake. I've got the questions for Alli Knows the News, and I can potentially make you $100 richer next.
KROQ Road Trip USA. Your favorite KROQ bands and destinations all across the country. Stop 1. Ride a roller coaster at Busch Gardens. Make friends with an alligator. Fall in love with a Cuban sandwich when you see 21 Pilots in Tampa, Florida. Qualify all week and you'll instantly win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium October 26th.
We're 21 Pilots and we don't approve of that.
Yeah, but KROQ does. Then you could be off to Florida for round 2.
I didn't understand the thing you said.
Because nothing says summer like music, humidity, pirate parades, and a lizard watching you eat lunch. Courtesy of Live Nation and Atlantic Records.
The world famous KROQ.
Bro.
In the studio right now, the star of pretty much everything that anyone's ever loved for their entire life, and that's not an oversell. That is true. The great Patrick Warburton is in with us right now. Good
Welcome,
morning.
Patrick.
Good to have you here.
Good morning, Kevin and Alli.
Seinfeld, sure. The Tick, sure. Emperor's
KROQ.
New Groove, sure. I mean, the list goes on, and it's crazy for a guy that's known for so many different roles. And now we'll talk about your stand-up, but you get approached by people, and you probably know when they're walking up to you what they're walking up to you for, right? You ever get confused? You ever have an adult that's like, this is going to be a Seinfeld guy, and then he's like, by the way, Emperor's New Groove, man, loved it.
I've been in disguise, actually, for these last, this big, stupid mustache.
Yeah.
I was never a mustache guy. I never liked them. But it's actually been part of the show, early part, so I think I'll keep it. And until we shoot it, we're going to shoot it on Saturday. And then I still have some more touring. And then I'm going to lose this thing. I'm going to lose it.
Are you excited to get rid of the mustache?
I am.
Yeah.
Well, everyone has mustaches now.
I know, it's
Isn't that
kinda
the new
cool.
look?
I tried to
Vanessa
pull
was
it
saying
off.
half the guys that she sees on Tinder have mustaches now. It's a mustache look.
She said she's dating and she's out and about. She goes, every guy she meets has a mustache and a baseball hat, just like you. You're the popular look right now. Look at that.
Maintaining that.
Yeah.
At 60, at the tender age of 60.
That's crazy. You wear it well. It's funny because whenever I go on the Soarin' ride at Disney, California Adventure, you don't age because obviously that video at this point has got to be 25 years old, 30 years old when you're welcoming everyone to Soarin'.
It's absolutely ridiculous. I'll go on that ride with my kids, and I love to humiliate them in public places. So I'll have the mustache, the hat, and stuff, and nobody in line will recognize me. But when I come on screen, I just tell everybody to shut up because I love this guy. And then,
And then when they hear it, they're like, "Oh my God, it's you!"
and they're all looking around, and my kids just hang their heads in shame.
That's good.
Do you get
That's
to
the
go?
goal.
Do you get to go on that ride whenever you want for the rest of your life, or you still have to pay to get a Disneyland ticket?
Well, usually because I don't get down there too often because we live in Ventura, but I love the joint, and I've always loved Disney. But usually when I go, we'll get hooked up with a guide or something.
Oh,
But,
nice! That's a good hookup.
The lazy, it's kind of easy because I go, I want to bring one of my St. Jude friends, so hook us up. And
Oh,
I can
nice.
just, no,
you don't bring them. You just bring a
Right.
healthy friend. Smart move. That's good.
Kevin. Never.
I saw that there was a change.org petition to change the Splash Mountain ride into an Emperor's New Groove ride. And I know they ended up making it Tiana's Bayou. The change.org petition only has 190 signatures,
That's
but
BS, man.
still, is that something that you would endorse? Because I am kind of upset with the lack of Emperor's New Groove presence at Disneyland.
Well, it's always been that way, but The Emperor's New Groove, too, is sort of like a cult hit for Disney.
It
is.
is.
Did not do great in theaters, but everybody, in the last couple of decades has seen it, and started with kids on DVDs and VHS tapes and whatnot, but it wasn't even promoted that much because it was a rocky road getting it made, and then they had another Disney movie that came out at the same time, 101 Dalmatians, which was live action.
Never heard of
Close.
it. Never heard
Right,
of it.
that one just
Right.
sort of disappeared,
Right.
and that's the one they promoted. So,
Yeah.
anyways, but
It's funny, too, because it's got like a 90%. I just saw the Rotten Tomatoes score for that movie. It's like a very high score. And
Oh,
Johnny,
yeah, top 3 best ever made.
We'll talk to you about comedy and stuff, but then we have everyone on this show is a fan of yours for different reasons. So we're going to get into a very exciting round of the man versus the fan, where we will see if we know more about the projects that you've been in than you. And some of them, it's been some time. But this Saturday, I didn't realize this is the one you're actually shooting. So you've been doing stand-up officially as a headliner for only a year, which for most people means they're still doing open mics in Pacoima, hoping to get more than 3 minutes on stage. When you're Patrick Warburton, you've been in a bunch of shows and movies, and you're actually good at it, which I will prove in a moment when I play this joke that had Alli and I rolling earlier this morning, you get to pretty much grow from small little venues to theaters.
Yeah, and I've done that within a year. Now, the thing is, and it is stand-up, you can't, I don't lean into, just industry, anecdotes, because that's more of like a night with. So it is stand-up. I was a little bit of a cheat because I was doing a show called Letters from a Nut for a while, which was staged readings of these letters. But I would open that show with 10 minutes of talking, which became 10 minutes of stand-up, which became 15 minutes of stand-up. The show kind of got old for me and was a drag, but that was my favorite part. And a lot of the folks that came to the shows were like, hey, my favorite part is when you open this thing. And I was like, all right, I want to walk away from the show. I'm just going to do stand-up now. So I started, my first headline gig was a year ago, and then I've been touring all year. So this has been the busiest year of my life. And throughout the year, you fix it, you make omits, you add stuff, so we're actually shooting the show Saturday night at the El Portal.
And would you like to have random drunk weird laugher guy in the audience for the taping on
Absolutely not.
Because there's a weird laugher on a special, like if you're and then you hear that person every single time you watch it, like that's unforgettable. But I'm sure it's nice.
Well, we're shooting it, so there's gonna be security.
Yeah,
any hecklers
they'll take
them
out.
You have a funny laugh or an annoying laugh, or you snort when you laugh, you'll be tossed right out.
No, I think that's all fine. It's the real disruptive, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Patrick Warburton.live, by the way, for tickets. We're going to give away a pair, and it's at the El Portal Theater in North Hollywood. It's the first part of the last date, I guess, of your nationwide tour, and then do you retire all of the things you've been working on all year?
It's really not, and I could have shot the special at the end. I mean, I have to say, like August, was it, or July 10th, I go back east, and I'm doing, over a month, I'm doing 30 shows. So I'm doing New York, Boston, Connecticut, Boston, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, everywhere. And that's what you do. You get a rental car, I bring my sticks out there, I play golf with buddies at certain joints, and you just drive from city to city. So, I decided to become a road-weary comic at 60. But I am having the best, because I've never known this kind of autonomy. I've always been told what to do, what to say,
what to say. These are your lines.
I write all my own material. I found that for the most part, nobody knows how, dysfunctional and weird and can read you like you can't, you know what I'm saying? And you throw your own perspective. But, yeah.
The last time we had you on, we were talking about your golf tournament, which, by the way, has raised somewhere like close to $7 million, so which is incredible. And your golf game, you claim, is getting better. But now there's more and more stories of pros that are accidentally hitting errant shots and hitting fans, right? It happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever injured anyone by hitting an errant golf shot at one of your charity events?
Oh, my God, I did.
You did?
Well, that's
one of the St. Jude's kids?
Yeah, that's when I said, yeah. Took out a kid. By the way, we've raised $40 million.
Oh, $40 million?
Yes, and by year
these numbers are very...
Well, by year three, but they're talking about last year. So
that was last year
alone, we raised 6.5.
Wow.
Which is actually more than the FedEx Memphis St. Jude. So we beat St. Jude at St. Jude.
Damn.
Yeah, listen, we're proud of, the success of this event, and it's all for helping the greatest hospital in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very
so
cool.
many people, it inspires so many. But I stopped playing.
KROQ Klein Alli Show. It's time to give away some money here on a Tuesday morning. Of course, we've got other stuff to give you later in the show, but right now we're going to start with $100 of my money, and here's how it works. I have 5 questions about things that are going on in the world, basic news. These are things that are going to be at the top of your headline feed. I'm going to ask 5 questions of somebody else on the show, and then you are going to answer the same 5 questions, and if you do better than that person, I'll give you $100. And who do we go to? Is this line 2? And Chino, hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Eve.
Hi, Eve, and who would you like to play today for Alli Knows the News?
Against Johnny. He's back.
Yes, Johnny is back and dumber than ever. All right, let's get Johnny out of earshot. I'm going to give you 5 questions. You answer them as quickly, confidently, and accurately as you can. Then we'll get Johnny back in, and we'll ask him the same 5 questions and see if we can make you $100 richer. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Alli Knows the News.
Question 1. Starting today at some airports, you will no longer have to do this when passing through TSA security.
Take off your shoes.
All right, question 2. ICE agents and armored vehicles were seen in this LA park yesterday, shutting down a summer camp but making no arrests.
At a school parking lot.
At a park, an LA park. You want to give another answer?
Oh, LA Park. I don't know. LA Park.
LA Park.
I love LA parks.
Technically, that's not wrong. We'll go to question. That might be the same answer as Johnny gives. Who knows? All right, question 3. McDonald's is coming out with a new Egg McMuffin. What is the new McMuffin flavor that McDonald's is releasing?
Chipotle.
Ooh, interesting. That might be delicious. All right, question 4. That's wrong, but it sounds good. All right, question 4. This actress is not gross, but she is the highest grossing actor after the release of Jurassic Park Rebirth.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, and question 5. There was a brush fire in Laguna Beach yesterday. What did they determine the cause of the fire was?
Electrical wires.
Okay, all right. You didn't do too bad, Eve. Let's get Johnny in here. You should be proud of yourself, girl. All right, Johnny, come on in here. How you doing, Johnny?
Yes, sir. This is good, guys. Look at this girl power.
Oh, wait.
Right. Yeah, turn my mic up. There we go.
How many mics?
I was like, this is good girl power in the studio this morning. I like this.
I know.
Channel Q days, baby.
2
Let's
ladies,
go.
4 boobs. All right, Johnny, question 1. Eve did pretty good, so let's see if the girl power continues. Question number 1. Starting today at some airports, you will no longer have to do this when passing through TSA security.
Take off your pants.
You don't have to do that anyway at security.
Yeah, they do. I've seen it on Instagram. They have to take off their pants a couple times.
A couple times? That's not something everyone has to do at security.
Because it's harassment. You can't ask somebody to take their pants off.
Now you're just talking yourself in circles. Okay, you're wrong, Johnny. But Eve was right. She said taking off your shoes is now something you will not have to do. So, Eve, you're up on Johnny 1-0. Going into question 2. ICE agents and armored vehicles were seen in this LA park yesterday, shutting down a summer camp but making no arrests.
Oh, MacArthur Park.
That's correct,
MacArthur.
Johnny. MacArthur Park. Eve said LA Park, which is not horribly wrong, but I can't give you the point on that. So you're both tied up 1-1. Question 3. McDonald's is coming out with a new Egg McMuffin. What is the new McMuffin flavor that McDonald's is releasing?
A spicy one.
You're right,
spicy
Johnny.
one.
That is
Yeah.
correct. It is a spicy Egg McMuffin. Sounds delicious. Eve said Chipotle, which would also be delicious. Unfortunately, that's not correct. And now Johnny is up 2-1. Going into question 4. This actress is not gross, but she is the highest grossing actor after the release of Jurassic Park Rebirth.
Oh, she's bad as hell, too. Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah. You know, I used to hate Scarlett Johansson, but
Why?
she is gross. I don't know. There was just a point where she was in everything. And
Bro,
I was like,
she's
enough.
bad. Yeah,
now I'm back on the train. I
Hell
like
yeah,
I like
baby.
Scarlett Johansson. All right. That is correct. And actually, Eve got that as well. So it's still your 1 up. And question 5. There was a brush fire in Laguna Beach yesterday. What did they determine the cause of the fire was?
Probably a hobo.
No. I think that's problematic as well.
You can say
Answer.
hobo.
I mean, I guess you can technically say whatever you
it
want.
says hobo.
That is incorrect. It was fireworks. Fireworks.
Still?
Oh, dang it.
Yeah,
Wow.
people were still setting off
I
those.
lost against Johnny.
Could have been hobo
I
fireworks.
know.
Hobo fireworks.
I guess, Jake, you're right. It could have been hobo fireworks, but the point doesn't matter anyway. Eve, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you lost. What must you admit to Johnny on the airwaves of KROQ?
I'm Eve from Chino, and Johnny knows the news.
That's
Who
right.
would have thought?
Yeah.
Johnny doesn't know a lot, but he did know the news today. All right, let's get on a song, and we'll get into some other things on the show. You got what's going on, Vanessa?
Sorry.
You got it.
Go ahead.
6? Okay. All right. We're going to get a song on, and we're going to relive a time that Klein was intervened on in the show. So we're going to get to that later. But we're here live, and we're here with you on Klein Alli Show on KROQ.
because I already think I know what this is, but there's an intervention that is apparently being called. And I am, I guess, the victim. Is that the right word? No?
No, you're the recipient. Yeah,
you're the victim. Excuse me. You've
got this wrong already.
I'm doing something that is affecting you all, and you would like to intervene
numerous
on
things.
Yeah, but Klein, we have to start out by saying we love you. And we're telling you this because we love you and we want the best for you. And I know you're turning into the person that you don't want to be. I know that you would see yourself walking down the street and you would say, that poor sucker, I can't believe he's living his life that way.
Well, I don't accept your love.
Why?
Well,
Come on, this is just resistance.
This is a silly way to start. And usually I thought the way it's supposed to work is I'm supposed to walk into a room thinking that we're having a pizza party, and then you guys are all sitting in a circle going
let's get some pizza.
Yeah, I mean, you could have at least gotten me some effing pizza here.
Okay.
That was always the most jealous of that part of the intervention, was the part where the people got like a cool surprise party for like a second, and then they realized, oh, wait.
And they're like, have a seat. We're actually in a conference room.
Yeah, like I at least wanted that part of it.
Oh, everyone's here. Hey, guys, what's going on?
This is my half birthday?
It was like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There's something new that you're doing. There have been things that you've been doing for a while. Yes, you are on your phone a lot, and we'll get to that. But there is something specifically I want to bring up, and then I'll let everyone else share different ways that you're affecting them negatively.
Not Vanessa. She's not sharing, is she?
Yes, she is.
I'm sharing.
Vanessa. Thought we're cool.
Now, after the show is over, 95% of the time, as soon as we get off the air, we say our goodbyes, have a moment to ourselves, start to talk about the show for tomorrow and what we want to do. You take out your AirPods and you put them in your ears and you just leave them there. Might not be on a phone call, might not be watching or listening to anything, but you've got them in there. I called you out on this at one point and you said it's so I don't lose them.
Yep.
You're the guy that's
that.
walking around with AirPods in at all times, even though you're not on a phone call. And you will do this during meetings. You will have your AirPods in during meetings while we are trying to put together the show. I have no idea what you're looking at. If anything, I don't know if you're paying attention or not. Don't be the AirPods guy. Please, you're bigger than this. You're better than this. You don't need to be the AirPods guy. Just put them away.
All right, well, let me just start by saying I can already stop this problem. I lost them.
Oh, great. All right, next.
Really? You did? You lost them?
Yeah, because...
So your big plan did not work whatsoever?
Yeah, because I didn't put them in my ears one time, and now I've lost them. So I have the case, but I don't have the AirPods.
But there are many different things that you are doing to avoid direct communication and contact. Jake, do you want to go next?
No, hold on. I thought we just solved the problem. Problem solved.
No, there's numerous problems. There's numerous problems that are funneling through the same thing.
BS. That's not how interventions work. You pick one thing. You're on meth. Let's deal with the meth.
The problem is that you're not present and you're not listening. There are a lot of different ways that you're doing this, and there are a lot of different people who are affected by this individually.
I listen better than anyone. I'm the best listener. I do.
Jake?
Yes, dear Klein.
Oh, I hate this. I'm not listening.
Your behavior has affected me negatively in the following ways. When I load audio onto Vox and tell you what it is, and you don't acknowledge that I said anything, and I have to say, do you hear that? And you still don't say anything. And I say, Klein, you go, yo, yeah. And then when I talk to you over the comm to tell you something or ask you if you're good on audio, and you don't answer me. But actually, it's worse. You do answer me, but you don't take the effort to press the button. And I see you on video not pressing the button, but saying stuff as if you pressed the button. I can't hear you if you don't press the goddamn button!
Wow.
This is not a good intervention.
You still owe me $300.
First of all,
that's irrelevant.
I've seen intervention. They've never yelled at the person like that and made them feel bad about it.
No, they're supposed to cry instead.
We do a lot of checks and secondary checks. It's too many checks. I say, can you put the audio in? If the audio's in, to me, that mission accomplished. I don't need hey, did you get the audio? You need a good job? You need a pat on the ass?
He needs confirmation that you received it.
Alli, how annoying is pushing this button?
It's not annoying.
Oh,
you reach for it, and you're like an inch away.
And then you can't do the extra inch. Right. I end up pushing it a lot for you because you can't make the effort.
Fine. Let me bring up something that just happened like 10 minutes ago, and I did not get confirmation on this, and this is part of the problem. is I put in this brand new, shiny goat line bed that we're supposed to use when we go through the goat line bed, right?
Yes.
And I chime in, and you're distracted because you edit everything last minute. I'm like, hey, dude, just so you know, the goat line bed is in there, and I don't hear anything. So I'm guessing that you heard me and you see it in the system because I loaded it in the system.
That was a
Do
fail.
you play the goat line bed?
No, I did not.
No. Why?
I had my AirPods in. I was tuning you out.
Which 909 said, what do you care, Allie? It's none of your business what he's doing with his AirPods. And generally, it's not.
No, I don't
it's
want to
when
be that
we
guy.
are
You're
at
right.
work
I don't want
in
to
a
be that
meeting.
guy. Sometimes you see some people that you see go, I don't like that. I don't know that person, but I don't like them based on that. And I don't want to. Once people get to know me, they don't like me. But I want them to get to know me first. I don't want them to not like me just on how I appear.
Exactly.
And when I put the AirPods in, it was my plan to not lose the AirPods. I finally.
But in a meeting situation where you're talking to people, it cancels out like 75% of the audio, the sound.
No, it doesn't because they're not on.
Yes, it does.
They're just resting.
Not on. How big are your ears?
Dude, look at them. They're huge. Look how big my ears are. They're massive.
No wonder you lost them.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think could be in there right now.
All right,
There are
Johnny.
4 pairs in there.
Johnny, do you want to go?
I don't like this intervention, and I think we've covered it.
I'm ready.
We've covered enough. One thought per break, guys. Too many thoughts.
Okay, mine is really quick. Mine is just, and I know this kind of lends itself to your disability, but I have.
What? Lends itself to my disability. You're the guy that thought the Iditarod was hauled around by a bunch of Jamaican guys.
All right, stop deflecting.
It lends itself to your ADT, but I have one for when you walk.
ADT?
You got the disability.
Your security
card.
system?
ADHD.
All right, let's move on to Vanessa.
ADHD.
All right, let's hear Johnny out. I like what he's saying. Go ahead.
Whenever we're talking to you or I'm talking to you, you do this thing where you kind of listen, but then like after like 4 or 5 seconds, you start like drifting and walking away from when we're talking to you. And you're like halfway out the door with your bag, and you're like, all right, yeah, I'll tell Senator, and then you get caught up in a conversation.
Guys, I understand the point.
Yes, but then what Omar's saying is that you aren't really listening. You're just trying to make us think that you're listening to us.
I am listening. Sometimes it doesn't need to be said in such a long. Johnny will say like, "Hey, I'm going to post something today at 2:00." I go, "All right, cool. To me, that's everything I need." He goes, "Thinking about 2 is better than 2:30 because if I go 2:30, it's going to be too close to it." And I don't need. I walk out. I don't need all that. It's too much information.
All right.
I got a busy day.
Vanessa?
Piggybacking at everyone, pretty much. Is that how you say it? Anyways, when we have meetings and you're on your phone.
Guys, I hate meetings.
And you're like in social media, I don't know if you're paying attention to what I'm saying. And you know I don't speak very well, so I need full attention.
Vanessa, what did you just say?
Exactly.
I know what you said. In fact, here's the big.
We are not feeling heard, is what we're telling you, Klein.
You're a bunch of whiners, is all.
You're not listening.
Can I say something? Allie thinks because she's doing this on a keyboard, she has her computer. I use my phone for everything. My computer is almost useless.
You use it for everything because you like that we don't know what you're doing on it.
I don't care what you do. You put it on. You can put all my stuff up on the screen. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not.
Yes, but you're also. We've learned that humans are not good multitaskers. You can't be reading things, pulling clips on your phone, and listening to us at the same time.
Yeah,
you're not able to do it.
But you're doing it on your computer, right? So you think because you have a laptop.
No, I'm filling out the schedule. I'm working.
Right. Yeah. What do you think I'm doing on my phone? So you think you're better than me because you're going.
I'm typing. Yeah, that's more official.
Vanessa's asking us, hey, do you guys want to have this guest on? Now, as soon as she says that, I'm already on their Instagram looking at it going, let's see what this guest, let's see what they got going on. I'm already researching things she's talking about.
Yes, but then we will ask you a question and you will not answer.
I'm sorry, what?
909 said he is listening. He just doesn't care.
That's right.
He is listening. He's just not paying attention.
Leslie?
Yes. Klein.
Yeah, hi.
I think you're at the age now that you're using your AirPods as a hearing aid.
Okay.
Mystery solved.
Get off my lawn.
310 said that they are completely on your side. #free Klein.
Thank you.
So you do have supporters, Klein.
Thank you. All right. Well, anyone else have anything like that, or does everyone feel like they've been heard?
I feel better. Do you guys feel better?
I feel so good.
You also stole my Instagram photo.
Jake
has many problems with you.
Jake,
this is a different thing.
They stole your Instagram photo? I will defend this story. This is so ridiculous. I'm driving down from the mountain. I'm driving us back from, because I'm the driver, of course. Let me do an intervention on you lazy asses that I got to drive around. All right. So now I'm driving you. they're giving me a hard time because I'm trying to drive and take a picture of a cool view driving down the mountain. Okay,
multitasking again.
And they all say, "Come on, focus on the road, dude. You got all these lives in here, these valuable lives." So I said, "Fine, Jake, do me a favor, get a picture." So Jake takes a picture. I said, send it to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice picture, so I posted it. What did you want, a goddamn credit?
You said you didn't give him photo credit.
Oh, F you, Jake.
Because I cropped it. I did the vibrance. I made the contrast. I made it cool.
Whatever, man. I don't accept this intervention. That last point is the stupidest thing ever.
Strike that from the record,
All right,
please.
forget this whole thing. It's KROQ. Thank you, everyone.
at an airport this summer. One of the most annoying things about air travel is going away. And also, I like to think of the sign of the times. We are in the future when we have flying cars. And I know we're always 2 years away from flying cars. The cars might not be here yet, but you can get a pilot's license for a flying car. We'll get into that next. There's not a lot of good news these days. Let me share some very good news for anybody who is visiting an airport this summer. It's kind of unfortunate that this news is coming out after all the 4th of July travel, but one of the most annoying things about flying is going away, and it's not that guy with BO, or that other guy with BO, or that other guy with smelly food, or the weird man spreaders. Those are all staying. But taking off your shoes at security is going away. TSA is getting rid of the shoe removal policy after almost 20 years of fumbling around trying to get your shoe back on while you grab your suitcase. And then you have to sit down and try and tie your shoes on that little bench, even though you're in a hurry and you need to get to your gate. This seems to be a soft policy change, so you're going to start to see it at some airports, but it's not like it's this happening everywhere overnight type of situation. But I think by now, now that we're almost 20 years later, I think they're kind of convinced that not a lot of people are sneaking bombs in their shoes anymore. So if you have metal in your shoes, that's still going to go off on the detector, and you're going to have to do that walk of shame back through the TSA security thing and then take them off and put them in the little bin. So I feel like no matter what, I always end up wearing shoes that need to be taken off, even though I have pre-check, and I'm like, oh, this is the best. I don't have to take my shoes off. That's like the biggest perk, and that's sad that that's the biggest perk we get with pre-check is not having to take off your shoes. But without a doubt, I will be the dumbass who wears Birkenstocks with a little buckle on it And then I go through security, and they're like, you got to go back out and take your shoes off. And I'm like, damn it!
I wore flops just for that reason.
Yeah, but then if you do have a situation where you have to take those off, you're then barefooted in the airport. And
It's clean.
No, it's not clean. It's disgusting, dirty carpet that people are walking on.
It's like tile.
No, dude, it's like, but it's a high traffic area. There's thousands of people going through that airport every single day.
With their shoes off.
Brother, you're getting germs from around the world.
Yes.
No, they're wearing socks. They're cleaning the floor as they walk through it.
You're not wearing socks. You're not wearing socks.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm the one person who's not.
You're not the one
You're
person.
all the germs in the airport, my guy.
I know, all
I'm
rolled
fine.
into one little Jake. All right, now let's talk about one of the most interesting murder cases that's happening right now. If you know me at all, I am a huge true crime fanatic, and there's a lot of high-profile cases this year that are non-murder. I mean, we have Diddy, and I think there was another Harvey Weinstein one, but then you have the Karen Reed trial. That was a big one. But let's talk about the mushroom murders. This is a case that involves an Australian woman who was just found guilty of killing 4 people with mushrooms that she picked from the forest. And the whole question was, did she know that they were deadly mushrooms, or was it like a whoopsie, I just picked some mushrooms because I have a hobby and accidentally made a deadly meal for all my friends? This trial went on for months, and now she is going to jail for a long time. Take a listen. There's some of the details here.
Australian mother of 2, Erin Patterson, killed her estranged husband's parents and his aunt and hospitalized his uncle, all with a meal of beef Wellington.
And if you're going to go with a murdery meal, beef Wellington just seems a little too on the nose. I'm sure it's different in Australia, but I feel like beef Wellington is a very suspicious meal to cook for somebody. It's too nice for lunch.
Containing toxic death cap mushrooms. And now, after a 10-week trial that captivated Australia and the world, a jury has decided she poisoned them on purpose. In July 2023, Patterson hosted 4 people for lunch at her home. Her former in-laws died in the days after. Gail's sister, Heather Wilkinson, also died. Heather's husband, Ian Wilkinson, spent weeks in a hospital fighting the poison and survived. Patterson's estranged husband, Simon, had turned down the invitation.
What a great turn down of the invitation. I mean, everybody else at
What are you guys having?
I know.
Beef Wellington.
We're having no, thank you. And this is her ex-husband who said no, who probably either knew that she was up to no good or knew that she was a crappy cook and was like, nah, I'm good. If Sheila's making the lunch, I think we can stay home. But she killed her in-laws. Her husband was violently ill. And then you might ask, what about her? Did she eat the beef Wellington?
Erin Patterson took herself to the hospital after the meal, but was never as sick as the others. In court, she said it was because she didn't eat much of the lunch and threw up afterwards because she binged on dessert.
So it's interesting because everybody at one point had this like foraging hobby, especially during COVID. It was like, oh, this is such a nice hobby to go out into the wilderness where, you got open air around you. There's lots of space and you can forage for mushrooms. It seemed exciting to me because I'm cheap and I don't want to pay for mushrooms. But I was always weirded out by how many different kinds of mushrooms there are, because there are some that are very deadly and I don't know the difference between which ones are good to eat and which ones aren't. And she claims this was just a foraging hobby. I love collecting mushrooms. I happened to collect deadly death cap mushrooms and put them and dehydrate them and put them in a beef Wellington, but that's not my fault. And then they discovered that the dehydrating machine that she used was thrown in the garbage and all this stuff. And she was like, yeah, she had all these kind of BS explanations for a lot of things. So bottom line, mushrooms, creative, but not a great way to kill someone because it will get you caught. All right, and then flying cars are not here yet, but you are able to get a flying car license. This one company, Samson Sky, said that they're experiencing an increasingly large number of non-pilots that are not only registering for their non-existent flying sports car, but they're trying to get driver's licenses. So, yeah, there aren't as many pilots out there. Like they said there's a pilot shortage, but there are a lot of people who want to be flying car pilots. And I don't know what process you're going to have to go through to make that happen. I would assume it's a lot less of a process than flying a giant passenger airplane or something like that. So I would be very curious, because somebody like Omar, who's like, I could fly a plane with no experience, no problem, if you would be able to pass this flying car pilot training program on your first try.
This is the thing about flying cars. Like, I think it's going to be cool when they happen, but imagine people flying cars. They're going to be falling down in our heads.
Well, imagine how often now we are on our phones while we're driving, right? And I'm sure when the Ford Model T came out, all those years ago, people were
Women crashing them all over the place.
No, people, we had to go find the mailboxes to crash into them, all right? It took effort. No, I mean, it was like, oh my God, driving is so hard. I have to be paying attention. Learning to drive is a difficult thing, and I need to be alert, and there was a lot of people in the streets and random sheep, I would imagine. And now, over the years, you're like, cool, this car's kind of doing the driving for me.
Exactly.
I imagine the same thing's going to happen in the air, where you're like, whoa, I'm in the air. This is so scary. And then after 2 years, everyone's going to be like, don't text and fly.
The car's going to do it for you.
Whatever. Yeah, the flying car's going to do it for me. All right, that's your ADD news. We're going to get into the top of the next hour, and I think we're getting closer to giving you some stuff, some free stuff. So you got those Yo Gabba Gabba. We're going to be giving you Yo Gabba Gabba tickets, and of course, later in the show, we got 21 Pilots and more, so stick around. It's Klein Alli Show.
FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, we're here. We're live. It's Tuesday morning. It's Klein Alli Show. Klein is out today. He will be back tomorrow. He unfortunately had a rough week last week. A very close friend of his passed away. This was somebody who was a friend of his for a very long time. And he needed a little extra time. I believe it was also his wife's 40th birthday. And then, he had that whole trip planned. Remember, he shared the menu of the horrible items that he was going to be eating while he was on some kind of a health retreat. And then that, I think, got canceled or pushed. And so, of course, there's never a dull moment with Klein, but I do believe he is going through it. So we're thinking about him and excited to have him back tomorrow. While we were out, though, lots and lots of calls flooding the goat line. So we will get into some of the many things, messages that you left, drunk, high, or otherwise, on the goat line. And in the meantime, you can interact with the show. We're on for summer hours. 800-520-1067. Here with you till 11 a.m. here on Klein Alli Show on KROQ.
Penis vagina. Penis vagina. Penis butt poop pee trala poop butt. Poop butt 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 butt. Poop butt. Poop butt 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 butt. Poop butt.
It's Klein Alli Show. Obviously, we were out last week for the holiday, but we're back at it. Yesterday, it was just Vanessa and I. It was twice the estrogen. There were no men on the show, at least not on the live show. And it seems like, even though the American public would say women, just shut up and know your place, there were a couple people who... Damn it, why are you back, Jake?
No.
Why are you back? There were some people that actually enjoyed it for whatever reason.
Hey, I just wanted to call in and say what a breath of fresh air today's morning show was with Alli and Vanessa. It was awesome.
And I don't think really many people can say what was awesome about it. I think sometimes when something's different, you're just like, oh, whatever, this is refreshing. And then you're happy to go back to your routine. So we're happy to have everybody back.
Said the rambling.
I know. He did that. That was a different person, Jake. Okay, get it straight. A different person enjoyed the two women rambling on the show. While we were gone, of course, Jake did put together some best ofs for us. So there were some moments that you may have heard on the show, or maybe you're a new listener and you're checking this stuff out for the first time.
Yo, what's going on, you guys? Anyways, I like live shows, but I don't mind the recaps. It really just reminds me how disgusting each and every individual one of you guys is.
It was interesting even looking through some of the schedules of the stuff that we were going to play and going, oh, yeah, that was disgusting. Oh, yeah, that's really gross. Oh, wait. And there was like, well, let's not have too many gross things back to back. Let's space it out.
We literally had a gross off.
We had the gross off. And then it was like me in the spa and shaving my vagina and having a mistake happen. And then there was bleeding involved. And then there was Klein and his weird shower routine.
Wild. I just listened to the playback of where Klein describes how he only washes his upper portion and lets the rest of the water roll down.
Yeah.
And he thinks that cleans his genitalia. You dirty little cheesehead.
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting. So sorry about your gag reflex, but if you are feeling bad about yourself, just listen to this show and you'll feel way better. And of course, in the meantime, you can always interact on the GOAT line, 844-956-GOAT. Let's see what else we got.
Hello, I have a question for Alli. Hi, Alli. So I have a question about your wonky boobs.
Cool. Oh, God. The sex factor is going up with every call.
So I'm not sure if you were born with wonky boobs or if it was potentially from nursing.
Oh, that's a great question. No, I was born with these babies. I think I think as soon as I got boobs, I thought one was developing faster than the other, and then I was like, well, they'll catch up to each other, and they never did. But I think now they have websites where you can order bras that are customized that have like different cup sizes. So I think technically one is a C and the other is like a B.5, or like I guess it would be a B+.
Hey, how you doing? This is Sylvester Stallone. I'm calling because I heard about the Jake Shack Beans.
Ah, here we go with Jake Shack Beans again. Jake Shack Beans. And we have a new celebrity endorser. This is 100% Sylvester Stallone calling in about Jake Shack Beans.
Rocky Balboa, also myself, need some Jake Shack Beans. If you still got some left, I guarantee I'll go Rocky Balboa on you, like I did with Creed and Drago.
Okay.
Even though Drago killed my friend Creed. But you know how it is.
Right.
I'm interested in Jake Shack Beans if you got some left. If not, I'll take a Vanessa tiny towel.
Oh.
Rocky, ow.
I mean, that's great that Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone himself, will take Jake Shack Beans, or he'll settle for a Vanessa tiny towel, which, by the way, we have a new shipment in, and we have some of the ones that have the rest of the show on them. I know there's less interest about those, but we also have another shipment of just Vanessa tiny towels as well.
So many.
Now there is no shortage. I believe they were a limited edition up until a few weeks ago, and then over the break, we got a huge box sitting in there. And we still have the Labubu's that we received as well from a listener. And then finally, I wanted to play this GOAT line message because this is a woman that some of you might be invested in. Now, this woman, after the holiday break, she got way behind on the podcast, and now she's been catching up ever since. It's always interesting to hear from her and where she is at, and I think she's kind of catching up, but I think it's starting to really affect her life.
Hey, everyone. Hi, guys. I was calling to say how sad and shocked I am that Alli missed George Foreman. Terrible. She legit said, George Foreman will live forever. He's a legend. Oh, my God. What is wrong with you, Alli?
And I don't remember when George Foreman died, but it was definitely, I think she's still a couple months behind.
The funny thing, too, is that because I'm so far behind in this podcast, I will be talking to somebody, and then I'll say something that I heard that I think is current, and then they're like, what are you talking about? That was like 3 months ago. So, like, I said something to my dad. I was like, did you know George Foreman died? And he's like, yeah, that happened like in March.
So this poor woman is now living in an alternate reality. I think it's really starting to affect her and the people around her. So apologies in advance, or I guess in the past as well. Apologies, past, present, and future here on Klein Alli Show. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hear, I think, one of my favorite segments that we've ever done on the show. I was unable to go to Pride in the month of June, but Vanessa was able to go, and she brought us, I think, probably the best audio that we've ever heard on Klein Alli Show. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll listen to that together next.
USA, your favorite KROQ bands and destinations all across the country. Stop 1. Ride a roller coaster at Busch Gardens. Make friends with an alligator. Fall in love with a Cuban sandwich when you see 21 Pilots in Tampa, Florida. Qualify all week and you'll instantly win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium October 26th.
We're 21 Pilots and we don't approve of that.
Yeah, but KROQ does.
Then you could be off to Florida for round 2.
I didn't understand anything you said.
Because nothing says summer like music, humidity, pirate parades, and a lizard watching you eat lunch. Courtesy of Live Nation and Atlantic Records.
The world famous KROQ.
We are Klein Alli Show, Friday morning. It's time to find out what Johnny knows and doesn't know.
Johnny doesn't know.
And I was like, okay.
Oh, Johnny doesn't know.
I didn't know Vegas was like in Nevada for like a while.
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
Gelato sounds like Jello.
Johnny doesn't know.
It like goes.
All right, anyone who beats Johnny or predicts correctly if he will know or not know in this round of Johnny Doesn't Know will get themselves a very limited edition tiny towel. This is very exciting. Big stakes. Johnny, what do you think of the tiny towels?
They're actually pretty crazy. I didn't know we were actually going to get those made.
I was shocked that no one was more surprised than we were when the box arrived this morning, but man, they look great. And it's very exciting when we're actually able to pull through on something.
I am going to take this to the gym.
God, good for you.
That's a PG fluid.
Yep.
No, not what Alli has planned. Don't you worry.
That's not how I work out.
Alli's got what they call a gym squirter. Right? All right, let's add
That's right.
let's add a Yenny. Yenny, good morning. Welcome to KROQ.
Hi, good morning.
All right. Up for grabs, tiny towel. Johnny, these are, Johnny doesn't know anything. Everything's available. Johnny, on average, adults have 32 of what? Will Johnny know the answer to this? The average adult has 32 what? Will Johnny know this, yes or no, Yenny?
Nope.
All right. She's locking in on no. Up for grabs, a tiny towel. Johnny, on average, adults have 32 what?
32 bones.
Oh, my.
What do you mean, oh my? Count them right now. Count the bones in your body.
You count them.
I think there's 32 just in my hands.
Your hand.
The average human has 32 bones in their entire body?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, counting the ribs. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then you go the legs, and then the extra 12 or 15 come from like your hands in each hand.
Based on all your laughing,
The
Yenny.
extra 12 or 15 comes because of your feet and hands?
Yeah, Johnny.
They're there. Look
Just one bone each?
I'm sure Jake knows the number of how many bones are in the human body, but it's
I think
got to
it's
be
like
hundreds.
200.
It's got to be hundreds.
There's not that many in my body.
Yes,
there
dude.
has to be.
On God.
I've talked to people that have called the show that have broken hundreds of bones at a time.
Jesus, damn.
All right, well, the correct
206 bones.
Yeah, 206
206?
You're off only by a little bit. You want to take a second guess or no? She said you
Or
wouldn't
do you
know.
want to say bones again?
Damn.
How much? 32 feet?
Feet bones count?
Okay. The correct answer is teeth.
Oh, teeth?
Yes.
32?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
All right, hold on, Yenny. 1 second. You predicted correctly. Give that woman a tiny towel. Yenny, PG fluids only on your tiny towel, okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay, great. Let's add a Mark in Venice who would like a shot for some Johnny Doesn't Know. It's Johnny Doesn't Know anything. Everything's available. Johnny?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey. Hello?
What is a baby frog called, Johnny? What is a baby frog called? Will Johnny know this, yes or no, Mark?
No.
All right, locking in on no.
Loud
Johnny?
and clear, no.
Tadpole.
Wow.
Tadpole.
Come on, I'm sorry. You don't get a tiny towel. And the only reason I asked that question is because I didn't want people to shoot their tadpoles into the tiny towels. That's why we brought that up. But that's why we asked the frog question. All right, well, you, unfortunately, Johnny is not a dummy. He knows that. I can't believe you knew that one.
I used to watch Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. R.I.P., brother. Darren, Beverly Hills on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, yo, baby.
Here we go. Johnny?
Yeah, come on.
Alexander Graham Bell is responsible for inventing what? Will Johnny know this, yes or no, Darren?
Yes, I think he should know that one.
Okay, Alexander Graham
Should
Bell.
Johnny know is a totally different game.
Yeah, will Johnny know this, yes or no? Johnny?
He was the president.
Whoa.
The first president. No, not the first
You
one.
think Alexander Graham Bell was the first president of the United States?
No, that was Lincoln.
Nope.
No, that's also wrong.
Hamilton.
No.
He is a president.
You're
yes
getting
or no?
more wrong.
You're getting further away. By the way, let's just stop at just what did he invent?
Oh, he invented something.
That was the question.
Oh.
What did
There was
Alexander
no talk of presidents.
Graham Bell invent?
A bicycle.
Okay.
He sounds like a bicycle guy.
Because he heard the word bell. That's why.
Yes.
That's why his brain
It's on
works.
the helmet.
I thought he was going to say he invented the
That's
bell.
his soundtrack in his brain.
Yeah. That's all that's going on in Johnny's head all day. Is a bike bell. All right, Darren. Unfortunately, you did not get that right. Well, this was a very disappointing round of Johnny
Well,
Doesn't
Yenny
Know.
got something.
Yenny got a tiny towel. We got to take a
He
break.
invented the telephone.
ADD News is coming up next. Pretty well known. Who did you think invented the telephone? Who did you think invented it?
I don't know. Somebody else that sounded old.
All right, well, there you go. Johnny doesn't know a lot, but we like having him here anyway, some of the days. It's KROQ, we're Klein Alli Show. Your ADD News is next.
Listener to the show last week, you probably heard some things that you've never heard, some throwbacks, some origin stories to get you all caught up on the soap opera that is Klein Alli Show. If you are a regular listener, of course, we thank you and we question your decisions, but you've probably heard us talk about how Vanessa hates gay people. And yes,
I don't hate gay people.
She doesn't like any of
them.
Doing this show with me in the room is one of the most uncomfortable things for her because she has to control her hatred.
The way she looks at you.
With love.
Actually, that looks like murderous, large-eyed pupils. All right, so that all stemmed from a moment on the show that happened about a month ago, and it's my pleasure to play it for you because it's one of my favorite moments that has ever taken place on Klein Alli show. This happened in June when Pride Month was going on. It was LA Pride, and I couldn't go. Vanessa said, I'll take one for the team, and I'll go. We were going to play a game called Gay or Nay, where she asked gay people certain questions about themselves, and then we guessed whether or not they were gay or just an ally out there to support and get day drink. And it went off the rails quickly because Vanessa got day drunk herself, and it was the best possible case scenario.
Klein Alli Show on KROQ.
The second we're done with this audio from the streets of WeHo at Pride, Vanessa was out there on her rollerblades doing some exclusive interviews, and it has been making us laugh behind the scenes here at KROQ for the last 3 hours nonstop. As soon as we're done with that, we get you into Cali Vibes this weekend and get you VIP access onto KROQ Special High Rise so you can see the show up close and personal, and we'll give those tickets away the second we're done with this. Pride was happening in West Hollywood this weekend. It's been going on for, I don't know, many years. It's hard to say it's the gayest day of the year in West Hollywood because we're all pretty gay, but it's definitely one of the gayest.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Maybe
it's
the
when,
gayest.
People go into their little costume closet and they pull out, their rainbow Speedo instead of their normal hot pink Speedo, and they have a great weekend.
So Alli couldn't go, obviously, because she was camping with the babies and the dogs and doing a real lesbian thing. So Vanessa went out because she got her rollerblades on, and the plan was kind of simple. We've done it before. A little game called Gay or Nay, where she goes up to people that are there and asks them some questions, and then we try to guess whether or not, based on the answers to the questions, are they gay or are they straight? And the questions were simple stuff, like, what is the award called for the best Broadway show?
Tons.
And what is the main ingredient in quiche? And what shape are the fries at Chick-fil-A? Stuff that we thought would be pretty easy to determine who's gay, who's straight. And it turns out what originally we thought was going to be Gay or Nay turned into a brand new segment that we were not prepared for called Vanessa Confuses the Gays. Because
Gay or Nay ended up not really being about the people that she was interviewing and more about Vanessa herself trying to ask questions that she didn't understand.
Vanessa, how do you think this went?
I'm cringing at myself. One, it was really loud, so I was screaming.
Yes.
And I'm like trying to read the questions I could barely see, and then I'm pretty sure I'm saying a lot of the words wrong.
Yes.
And I repeat myself. But everyone was really nice, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, you had a great time.
This could be a hate crime, and this is not our goal, but just listen to this. This is just a jump cut of all of the every time she talked to anyone, she confused them. And then we'll try to play one round of the actual game. But take a listen to this new segment on KROQ called Vanessa Confuses the Gays.
What's the main... Ow! Hold on.
All right, right out of the gate, she's got a problem.
What's the main...
What is she drinking, by the way?
Yeah, what'd you
Everything,
drink?
all of the
I
above.
was drinking, I think, tequila soda. Yep.
How much did you have?
I promise you, I only had 2 and 1 shot.
No way.
Well, she's a child. Let's not forget.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
drinking
tolerance is low.
Right, a child.
The cups were big.
The cups were not
The
big.
cups were big. And
Right.
you say you're not a child.
Right, okay, here we go.
What's the main... Ow! Hold on.
All right, that was how it started. So it didn't start great. Then she gets to the first question, which is supposed to be an easy one, which is what is the award for the best Broadway show called? And she had a lot of trouble with this one.
Okay, Luis. What is the award for Broadway plays called?
What is it? What? Award for Broadway?
What is the award for Broadway plays called?
What is it? What?
Hello. Hi. I'm about to talk to a very handsome man. Is he gay? Is he straight? I don't know. Okay.
She's like fired up. She's like so aggressive. And she's not doing a character. I know this sounds like something that Sacha Baron Cohen would come up with. It's like a mix between Borat and Ali G. She's
I
kind
know.
of doing a mix of two of
It's
them.
funny to hear her. It's almost like she's borderline angry.
Yeah, well, she gets real mad.
Like, I don't know. Maybe you do.
Right.
Is he straight? I don't know. Okay. What is the award for Broadway plays called?
What is the what? The what?
The award for Broadway plays. What's it called? We're both laughing. We are both laughing.
I like the commentary.
Let the record show.
By the way, I don't hear him laughing at all. I hear her laughing, and I hear him
I
getting
also don't
frustrated.
hear any of them shouting.
No.
Which you said that you were shouting because it was loud.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't hear the music, but it was really loud.
This child came up on rollerblades and started screaming at me about being gay, I think.
Yeah, if you think, if any guys who are not fan of the gays, and you're the ones that were holding those signs up that are like, God hates us,
Right.
that is much less effective than this.
Yeah, this is the best way to really let the gays know how you feel. Just rollerblade up to them and start screaming at their face. So this is, once again, the segment has been changed now to Vanessa Confuses the Gays.
What is the word? Hello, I'm with a very handsome man. Is he gay or is he straight? I don't know. Okay, what is the word for Broadway plays called?
What is a word for Broadway plays called?
That's 0
He
for
got
3.
almost all of it.
0 for 3 on this question. 0 for 3.
Oh no. Broadway plays.
Okay, I like that answer.
All right, she loves the answer.
You repeating part of my question. I love that answer.
The other question that she went to is, what is the main ingredient in quiche? And she had a really hard time with this one.
What is a succulent?
Oh, no, this was a different question. Sorry. This was a question about...
Succulents.
Right, do you know what a succulent is? And this was another one that really threw people off. Well, because they couldn't understand what the hell she was saying, understandably, so it got confusing.
For Broadway plays called.
Hold on, here we go, hold on. Let me fast forward past. Hold on, sorry. It's hard to keep track of it all because everything's labeled Vanessa screws up. So
Broadway plays.
Okay, I like that answer. What is a succulent?
What is what?
A succulent. Succulent. A succulent? Succulent? Succulent. That word. Succulent.
She finally goes, that word, and points to her phone. But this person is...
That word and points to her.
So she goes... I mean, she
But
goes...
I love how eventually she shorts out and starts asking them how to pronounce it.
Succulent? Succulent? Succulent. That word. Succulent.
Succulent?
That's the main ingredient in kimchi.
This was supposed to be, what is the main ingredient in a quiche?
So he never answered the succulent question?
No. She's just jumping.
The main ingredient in kimchi.
In what?
They're so confused.
What's the main ingredient in kimchi? Just give me an answer.
Damn.
She's so frustrated. And
Just give me an answer!
And this poor gay...
She's so frustrated with herself.
And this poor gay woman, listen to this gay woman.
I don't know what your question is.
I don't know what the question is. She's just harassing them.
Answer me!
So these didn't go great. At least they didn't go according to plan. They definitely went great. But
Did you get one legitimate answer to a question?
I don't think so.
Answers.
I don't know, Vanessa. I've been listening to these all morning, and they are great. But let's take you through one of them, the unedited, all the way through. This is Vanessa Confuses the Gays, also known as Gay or Nay at WeHo Pride over the weekend. And here she is on rollerblades, apparently hammered on tequila, trying to have a conversation, which ends up with her bullying the gay people.
Hello, hi. I'm about to talk to a very handsome man. Is he gay? Is he straight? I don't know. Okay, what is the word for Broadway plays called?
What is the what? The what?
The word for Broadway plays. What's it called? We're both laughing. We are both laughing. What is the word?
Tony.
Okay.
So you
I
got
think he's just saying, Tony, let's go.
Tony, let's get out of here.
Tony, stop talking.
Kid's scary. All right.
What's the main ingredient in kimchi?
In what?
What's that word, kimchi? Okay.
What's that word? She shows them again.
I love how he's like, oh my God, it's quiche.
Quiche, take it on.
What's the main ingredient in kimchi? Okay, what is it? What is it?
Egg.
Egg. Okay.
So this guy,
You don't know.
she doesn't know. He got two right though. This guy, by the way, definitely gay, right? You can tell already.
Yeah, I think everyone she talked to most.
Yeah.
From what I heard.
Okay, wait. Who are the
He's trying to walk away.
Yeah, so the guys are trying to leave her at this point. I mean,
It's egg. I don't know. Run!
Just get out of here. This kid on rollerblades is yelling at us.
Okay, wait. Who are the Knicks playing?
She's asking the
She
question.
sounds like she's
die.
The question is, who are the Knicks
Who are
playing?
the Knicks playing?
Sports, you lost me.
It's sports. What's the last movie you saw in theater?
You can barely pronounce theaters.
I can't with this. He didn't see a movie in theater.
It's been a while. I'm not too sure. Dude.
So
Now
this-
he's mad.
So the next 1 minute gets really aggressive now.
I don't know.
He tries to leave multiple times, and she will not let him go. And I feel like apologies to the entire gay community. This was not our goal here.
It's been a while. What? Wait.
So that's the third time he's tried to leave now. This guy
Tackles him and beats him
This
up.
guy wants out so bad, and she will not let him go.
What? What's the shape? What shape are the fries in Chick-fil-A?
We can't support Chick-fil-A.
Ew,
Hate
gross.
the gays. Them.
Gross. Fuck Chick-fil-A. Okay. What is it?
Did you just say buy AAA?
He told her Chick-fil-A, and then she said, "Bye." The question is a very simple question: what are the shape of the fries at Chick-fil-A? But who would know that? Because she's screaming at this guy, and he's like, "I can't support Chick-fil-A." And then
And she's like, "You're right, girl."
"Bye, Chick-fil-A."
Okay. What is a succulent?
What?
A succulent. I don't know how to say the word.
Where?
Succulent. What is a succulent?
Succulent.
What's a succulent?
Oh my god.
You're like shaking him.
She's so unhinged. Suggestion on the text
Grabbing
line.
him by his little straps. Down me!
Vanessa, someone said maybe the problem is you should have asked the questions louder. Is that possible?
I know.
More
Listen,
shrill.
I can't believe this didn't get reported to the police.
What's a succulent?
Sorry. Succulent. God, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like a plant.
A plant that needs water, obviously.
Oh, hilarious.
Wow. Vanessa is on fire.
Bonding.
What? Wait.
These guys tried to leave again now. This is the fourth time they've tried to walk away. And she's just rollerblading behind them.
What? Wait. What type of car do you drive?
I drive a Lexus CT200.
Okay, Lexus.
I like that car.
What's that about?
Lexus. She's turned.
If somebody came up to me and was doing this, I'd be like, the fact
Vanessa.
that she can barely pronounce what kind of car do you drive.
She's turned this. She's almost become like homophobic. She's like everything they say now. She's attacking.
What kind of car do you drive?
So many compliments, you have no idea.
Well, listen, here it is.
Vanessa.
Okay, Lexus. Okay.
It's a hybrid. It's a
hybrid. It's a hybrid.
we're all about saving the economy here.
Of course, we're all about saving.
Hold on.
Of course, we're all about saving the economy. Okay, what's your drink? What's your drink?
Wait, that's the fifth time now they've tried to leave, and she will not let them leave. This is like a hostage situation.
Wait, what's your drink of choice?
Oh, easy. Codigo soda with a splash of pineapple.
Oh.
Da. Okay, are you gay?
Are you mocking him?
These poor guys.
Da. Okay, are you gay or are you straight?
I'll leave that up to y'all interpretations.
No, tell me, are you?
No.
Oh no. Oh.
I do not accept your.
So he said, babe, it's clear. I mean, the guy couldn't be any gayer, right? But she's like, you know.
Well, yeah, that drink
tell
of
me,
choice.
are you gay or are you straight, man? Because I'm about to.
Leave out for the rainbows.
Okay, rainbows. Gay.
Rainbows, you're queer. Get out of here.
Well, that is
Fine.
it's a new segment called Vanessa Confuses the Gays. And I don't know if we'll be doing that all month long, but man.
I think
that
the
is
pride
aggressive.
turnout next year is going to be much lower.
Whoa, apologies to that guy. That was only one of them. She got like 9 like that. They all kind of went the same way.
I want to hear all of them.
All right, well, we can't today. We'll have to save some for another day this week. Man.
All right, Klein Alli Show. That's new Linkin Park for you. And obviously, there's a lot of hype around Linkin Park, and they've got that new tour. They've got the new, beautiful lead singer who's also extremely talented. But there's another group that people are super hyped about, and it's not a group that we play on KROQ very often. And of course, I'm talking about I'm at Coachella just backstage, and they had a bigger crowd around them than some of the bigger headlining artists at Coachella. It was crazy how many people wanted pictures with Yo Gabba Gabba, and we've got tickets for you right now. So give us a call, 800-520-1067. You can go see Yo Gabba Gabba. I believe we have them in studio tomorrow. But, of course, you can win those tickets now. They're playing at the Fox Theater in Pomona on August 1st. Call to win! on KROQ, and I did say we were giving away these Yo Gabba Gabba tickets, and that's why these lines are full. Let's check out line 3 from Whittier. Who's this?
What's up, Alli? It's Chewy.
Chewy?
I gonna eat. Yeah. Yummy, yummy, gonna eat. Yeah.
It's ironic, actually, and very fitting that your name is Chewy and you're winning tickets to Yo Gabba Gabba. You're going to eat, Chewy.
I appreciate it. I love it.
All right. Enjoy the show. They're playing at the Fox Theater in Pomona August 1st. You are going to that show. And again, the Yo Gabba Gabba guys are joining us in studio tomorrow. So you'll be able to see them in person on the live stream, which is live today as well on KROQ's YouTube. All right. We're going to take a break. When we come back, ADD News next.
Klein Alli Show.
The world famous KROQ.
In the studio right now, you got Alli, as always. You got me, and then you got the couple of children that are here. I thought that was Vanessa for a second, but that's my own daughter. These are my two girls. They're in the studio now on the live stream as well. Hi, good morning, girls.
Hi.
You were
Back by popular demand.
Yeah, you were such a big hit the last time you were here during spring break that we decided your first day of summer vacation should be spent right back here at KROQ to make me look like a fool for Father's Day. Are you
tell
excited?
that one kid to sit up.
Sit up, one kid.
Who is that guy?
That's Omar.
That's the one you hate because he has the
song.
Klein's Kids Hate Him.
And that makes her cry.
That's a stupid guy.
Yeah.
No,
right,
the
relax.
song good.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it.
Because my dad's sometimes annoying.
Thank you. All right, great. Wonderful.
Make a new intro, Omar.
This is a great,
Sometimes annoying.
this is a great start to the game. Now, Alli has cooked up a game, girls, and if we work together and we prove to everyone listening that I actually know my children, we could win something amazing, something Dad really wants, okay? Do you see that giant TV over there?
Yeah, it's too big. I don't like TVs. I want other stuff.
Okay, great.
There you go.
Wonderful.
See, that's why it works.
Make it so you don't get it.
All right.
And a boo-boo.
All right.
All right.
So does it help, girls, that this is a 98-inch
Shut up,
QE
Omar.
mini LED TV,
Omar.
a
You're
QM6?
so not going to get this TV.
Listen to me, girls. Do not sabotage this
They're gonna
chance for
throw the
Daddy.
game.
Do not
The thing
throw
is,
the game.
guys-
Do not throw the game.
Klein.
No, it's not funny.
You all, Klein family, you all have to work together as a family to earn this TV.
Come on,
In
please.
round one, I am going to ask Klein questions about his daughters to see how well he knows them. In round two, I will ask you girls questions about your dad to see how many you guys can get right about each other. If you win the game, you win the TV or any other potential prize that we may
No,
agree
we don't
on.
want any other prize.
But you have
Don't
to
let-
agree.
Girls,
I want another prize.
stop it.
You don't even know what it is.
Just take the giant TV.
Okay, all right.
Santa, do you want a giant TV with Daddy?
Only if,
Come on,
Only
yes.
if
Just yes. Just say yes. Okay, here we go. Alli.
no.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a question, Klein.
I want to point out my kids are. Oh, thank you. My kids are all jacked up with sugar right now. Apparently, Postmaster Johnny has been giving them. They've been giving him bowls full of hot chocolate back there all morning. So
yikes.
she spilled all over her Laker jersey. It's a giant mess.
Well, between Johnny and Vanessa back there, I think it's just that everyone's on the same diet.
They're all
It's like-
eating. It's just sugar and hot chocolate in there.
and chicken fingers.
It's like
and
the
donuts.
movie Elf in the back room. All right, whatever you're ready. All right,
You're fuzzle.
all right, calm down. Wait.
You're fuzzle.
All right, I don't think we can say that on the
You're a
radio.
fuzzle? What's that?
I don't know. Don't worry about it. Guys,
All right, that's your
listen
first
to-
question.
listen-
What is a fuzzle? Write down your answer.
Listen to
Klein.
Alli. My
Okay.
kid's in the studio now. Father's Day's on Sunday. I'm going to prove I know my kids. Girls, here we go. It's time
right.
for us to win.
All right. Your first question, Klein. For your kids, what is their favorite food? Now, girls,
All right.
don't say anything
Hold on.
yet.
Hold
and
on.
Klein, write down your answer.
Hold on. Wait, they have separate favorite.
Yeah,
all right, hold on. Say it again. Don't answer yet.
What is their favorite food?
This
This should be pretty simple because you're the one mainly feeding them every single day, and I'm sure if they have a favorite food, they've made it very well known.
Okay.
And so, are you writing it down?
Yeah, I'm writing it down. But listen, girls, don't try to be funny here. I need a real answer.
Okay, I'll do peanut.
Stop. Last warning.
That's a highly problematic favorite food.
If you say it again, Sienna, you're also not on your microphone like we told you. If you say it again, you're gonna have to leave the studio. I'm not playing games anymore.
Wow, what a punishment. All right, girls. We'll start with you, Olivia. What is your favorite food?
Answer it honestly. Or else you can't win a
I know
prize
you're
either.
thinking about throwing the whole thing out
Do
the
not
window.
throw the game. What is your favorite food?
Cucumber rolls.
That's not.
All right, Sienna, what's your favorite food?
Never had that. She's never had that. Sienna,
Go ahead, Sienna.
what is your real favorite food?
Mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Pasta.
Okay. All right, turn your answer over, Klein.
I wrote mac and cheese and chicken.
Chicken?
Well, chicken.
What kind of a favorite food is chicken?
I like cucumber rolls.
Now they're crying.
All right, fine.
Okay.
So that one was
question number two.
that
I thought that was an easy one.
That was a practice question, I thought.
No, there's no practice questions.
Oh.
That would take way too long.
Sienna, don't cry. Sienna, the game just started.
All right.
I was kidding. Daddy was being funny. All right.
Question number 2. What is the name of their best friends?
They're best friends. One each,
Yeah,
I'm going to write?
One each.
All
If they
right.
have the same best friend, then go ahead and write that down. But, you know, if you're dropping them off at play dates and they have birthday parties and all kinds of things, you should probably know who their friend circle is, especially their best friend.
Who's that one with the snot? Hold on. I'm gonna write. Don't help me. I know.
Are you trying to give him hints, Sienna? That's
hold on,
nice
we gotta
of you.
win this TV. All right, Olivia's gonna say something different to try to throw the game. I can already tell.
So now you're trying to guess what
I'm gonna
she's going to
figure
guess?
out- yeah, I'm gonna
I think
figure out-
she's going to say cucumber roll again.
I think she's going to say Bo Jackson.
I'm going to write Bo Jackson down. All right, I got to guess
All right.
now. All right, do I know my kid's best friend? I think I do.
All right, Olivia, who is your best friend? Give me a name.
My best friend is Olivia D.
I didn't write that, but
Wait, your best friend is another girl named Olivia?
they're all Olivia's. That's the only names they have
All
these
right,
days.
Sienna, who is your best friend?
I wrote down that one. I got one
Okay.
right. See, I got Luca right, and I wrote Dylan as your best friend. She's not your best friend, Dylan?
She's my friend, but she's not my best friend.
Oh, my
damn.
God.
All right, I'll give you a half a point on that. You did get
Jesus.
Luca. And then the final question.
How close are we to getting the TV?
Well, you only have half a point. So.
Oh, man. Girls, we got to work together here. It's Father's
And
Day.
I wasn't even going to give you the point for mac and cheese because she said pasta as her favorite food. But
It's
here's
because of that song. She wanted us to play the penis pasta song that she sang.
Goddamn, that's a good
It's
tune.
a great song.
all right.
Sing it. Do it.
All right, girls, and then finally,
don't have it.
what do your girls want to be when they grow up? This was also a part of Sienna's graduation
Okay,
from kindergarten.
Yep,
She said what she wanted to be when she
Okay.
grew up. I'm sure that if you talk to your kids on any regular basis, you would know this. And
All right. I got it.
the unfortunate thing is that Klein has to write these down, and I can't read anything that he's writing.
I'm ready. I got them both.
All
now.
right, girls. Olivia, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Say it. Say what you want to be for real. No jokes.
That's you saying that. No jokes.
I know, no jokes.
Can you say
What
what
an
you
authoritarian.
what you want to be?
I want to be.
Say into the microphone. If I don't get this TV, girls, it's not going to be a good summer.
Sephora worker.
Oh, that's great. Okay, and then Sienna, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A basketball player.
Okay. I wrote down she wants to be a basketball NBA player. She wants to be the NBA, not the WNBA.
I said I want to be.
Did you just write Starbucks whore?
I wrote Starbucks worker. I thought you wanted to be a Starbucks
Well,
worker.
you spelled worker wrong, first of all.
I got yours right, Sienna. Stop. So now she's crying.
She's crying again. All right, that was
Here, this will make her happy.
All right. Yeah, that was a total of 1 point out of 3. You're not doing well.
So
Let's go to-
Hold on. We got to play a song, and then we'll get to the second round.
She doesn't even like us. Dad, you're doing cucumber rolls. She doesn't like that.
I admit I used to hate Scarlett Johansson. There was a period where she was in everything, and I didn't think she was good, and I thought she was super overrated, and now that I'm older and wiser...
And gayer.
And gayer and hornier, I'm realizing I was wrong. I've seen the error of my ways, and seeing her in a movie I think is both hot and comforting in a weird way. And I guess I'm not alone because millions of people are going out to see this new Jurassic World movie, and the hype has made her so much richer. In fact, she is now the highest grossing actor in Hollywood. There is, I would say, a very high gross factor on this show as well that has nothing to do with money or hotness, but Scarlett Johansson is both not gross and very rich, and she always tops those lists of highest paid actresses in Hollywood, but her movies have now made her more money than anybody. Her movies, I guess not made, I mean, yes, she is very highly paid, but her movies have made more money than anybody, male or female. So now she's surpassed Robert Downey Jr., Samuel L. Jackson, even Joshua Jackson, who I know is very well known for his high-grossing films, Jackie Chan even. And this just means that where there are hot women acting, there are men who will pay to see them. And I know that she's talented. And like I said, she's got this substance to her. It's not like she's just a pretty face. But I think any time you see Scarlett Johansson wearing military garb and holding a gun, you're like, yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and buy a ticket to see that movie. All right, did you get an allowance when you were a kid? I don't think I did. I did get money for random chores. Like I'd get $5 for washing the car or like, you know, cleaning the house or something like that. But because we are in a decade of inflation, allowance is changing. You are paying your kid more than ever, according to the Wall Street Journal. The average weekly allowance for kids has risen to $37 a week. And this is between the ages of 5 and 17. And so that's the most typical age range that people pay allowances to their kids. And that seems like a lot of money. Like for a 5-year-old?
$47?
$37 a week.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So you only need to save up for 9 weeks if you're 5 years old to buy yourself a Nintendo Switch. And
that's a long time.
I guess that's a long time to a kid, but to think that, you know, you don't really have, you're kind of taking your power away as a parent. You're giving them $37 and then they're like, can I have a Switch? And you're like, no. And they're like, cool, I'll just go buy it myself.
Yeah, but as a kid, you're probably just spending $37 on candy.
Yeah, like $37 to a 9-year-old is like $1 million, dude. Like I used to think that I was so rich when I had $20 as a kid.
But did you get allowance, Johnny?
Never. Like that's why this is like a foreign thing. I think this is like cultural because like I've never gotten allowance and it wasn't expected to get.
Yeah, I didn't get an allowance either. Did you, Vanessa?
No, I didn't get an allowance.
Jake?
I think I got like a small allowance, like $5 or whatever.
All in.
Yeah, but did you do anything to earn that money? Because I got money for doing things. I didn't just get
I think when I was too small to do stuff, I got an allowance. But once I got old enough to like mow the lawn and stuff, then I got paid to like wash the cars or mow the lawn. But when I was a little kid, I got an allowance.
So then when you turn 16 and you actually want to buy something for yourself, like a car, do you have to buy it with your own money or are your parents buying you a car?
It's like, like the first car was like, you know, some piece of crap car, but I got it for like Christmas or my birthday or something.
Yeah, same. Like, I got a hand-me-down car, and that was like, you know, my parents bought themselves a new car, and then they gave me their piece of crap car that I crashed within 2 weeks. But I didn't have to pay for it, so it was like, even if I had allowance, it didn't really matter because I didn't really have to buy big things for myself. And this is supposed to teach kids about money, but they said most parents will still do cash, so you can show them what physical money looks like. But a lot of people are also doing Zelle and Venmo, which I think just triggers like this dopamine hit when you see money in your account and you're like, woohoo! And I don't think it really teaches you much. But if you want to really teach your kid about money, this is something that we do. Every Wednesday, we buy our kid a scratcher. And he has won the last 2 weeks. He won $80 and then he won $50 the week before that. And he only wanted to buy himself a little Matchbox car. He is saving the rest. And
so you let him have the rest of the money?
So you're teaching him gambling?
Yes. Yeah, but we are
Wait. You gave him the rest of the money?
Well, yeah, there was some stuff that we needed to buy. You know, when we were out on vacation, there was a couple things that were for him. For example, we went to El Pollo Loco and he wanted mashed potatoes.
You jacked your kid.
No, he wanted those things. He just doesn't know that he has to pay for them.
And so you jacked him.
I did.
Hold on, mashed potatoes is valid though. I can agree with your son on that. Mashed potatoes is valid.
Well, we had already eaten. We'd already gotten our food, sat down, eaten, and on the way out, he goes, "I want mashed potatoes," and I'm like,
since
"Dude,
he had money, you jacked him."
We did this already. I'm not gonna buy, and I knew he wasn't gonna eat them anyway. So I'm like, "Well, I'm spending your money on this."
You steal from children.
I steal from my children. Get it straight. All right, and then today may be the start of Prime Day, but there's also another discount you can take advantage of. Back to movies we go. Starting today, AMC is going to offer 50% off of movie tickets, not just on Tuesdays, not just on Wednesdays, but now on Tuesdays. So they had already announced that they were doing 50% off on Wednesdays. They're adding Tuesdays into the mix to try and get your butt into the theater. And this is, of course, you have to be a AMC Stubs Rewards member. That is always the line that I choose not to go in when I go to get popcorn at a movie theater. And this replaces the prior Tuesday deal, which offered $5 tickets for Stubs members in addition to the half-price admission. And they're discounting their small popcorn and drink combination as well. So get on that, and we give some tickets away next.
Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, the time has come. It is time to give away those 21 Pilots tickets. This is the real reason you were listening. I know it's not just because it's an estrogen-heavy show this morning with Alli and Vanessa in the studio. Jake the Nerd is here as well. He's got those double dills, so he kind of counts as a woman as well. And then we've got Postmaster Johnny in the back taking the calls at 800-520-1067. Which is going to be the number you want to dial right now to win tickets to 21 Pilots at BMO Stadium. Caller 20 right now. You'll go to the show on October 26th, and you'll be on the standby boarding list for a shot to see them again in Tampa. This is part of KROQ's Road Trip USA. So get those fingers a-dialing. Call us. We'll pick up your call, give away some tickets, and we'll get into a round of clickbait this hour as well. Klein Alli Show on KROQ. Oh, you're literally making her kids cry.
I'm not making them cry.
Now you want I hate you.
Okay.
Oh,
damn.
I'm going to play that song?
Hold on.
No, I hate you. Play the song. Play the song.
We're going to play this song. When we come back, round two, it's going to all turn around, girls. It's going to be a Father's Day miracle next, KROQ.
Klein Alli.
Klein Alli Show.
KROQ, the world famous KROQ. KROQ.
KROQ, we are Klein Alli Show, and in the studio now, I have actual children, and they are here. And it's time for some Father's Day fun. It's on Sunday, and Alli wanted to prove that I didn't know my kids, and she's asked me some questions. Round one didn't go great.
Nope, you got 1 point out of 3.
And how many points do I need to get to try to win this giant TV?
You know what? I'm going to be really nice to you. 3 total points.
Girls, we got to get 2 points this round.
So all you need is 2 more points,
all right,
okay, to get this TV.
All right.
Do not want the TV.
Right.
And
You've made
again,
it very
you
clear.
all as a family need to agree that this TV is something that you want.
We do. Trust me.
I don't want
Now,
it.
during that break, Klein tried to give his daughter a nice TLC, which was awkward. And also, I gave you 3 questions that you've written down the answers to.
So here we go. Now we flip the script now, girls. You have to answer these honestly. We're going to see if you know me at all, right? Here we go.
If we don't get it, then we don't get a TV. But I don't want the TV.
All right, well...
girls, if there is something else that you want, we have alternate prizes.
Oh, yeah.
So you do want to do well on this.
You do not want to trade prizes. Do not fall for Alli's scams.
I do.
It could be a TV or it could be some other things.
Other things.
Okay.
Right, well,
we'll reveal what those other options are, but there are going to be things that you want. So play this seriously.
TV's not boring. It's the best thing on the planet.
All right. What is something that makes your daddy really, really mad?
I wrote down my answer. So, girls, what do you think is what makes me really the most mad?
If I hit you.
Okay. That does make me mad.
Abuse.
Okay. Olivia, what makes me so mad?
If we...
Don't try to be funny. Just answer the question.
There are real prizes here, Olivia.
If we yell and scream and you yell...
Okay. I wrote not when they don't listen. Is that a batch?
That's really rough.
That's a
bit of a leap.
All right, that one's a throw out. We got 2 questions left. We got to get these both right.
Yelling, screaming, and hitting were their answers.
Well, once again, they hit me. I don't hit them. Let's just make that very clear for the record.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right. What is your daddy's favorite thing to watch on TV? He obviously loves TV, and he wants to have this big... All right, let's give away some of these tickets to see 21 Pilots at BMO Stadium October 26th. I am going to Pomona. Who is this?
Hi, this is Ariana.
Ariana, you're going to see 21 Pilots. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're also on the standby boarding list for a shot to see them again in Tampa. So I believe we're going to call Friday, maybe letting you know that you're also going to be headed across the country as part of KROQ's Road Trip USA to see 21 Pilots again, all right?
Thank you.
That's the general 21 Pilots scream. There is a specific 21 Pilots scream, and I hear it in you. All right, congratulations. Hang on the phone. Johnny will get your information. And if you want to take a trip down memory lane, we actually interviewed Josh from 21 Pilots not too long ago, and he said he would beat up his dog in a fight. So if you want context for that, you can check out one of our previous podcasts at Klein Alli Show. You can also check out the live stream. We're on KROQ's YouTube page. I don't know why we're really giving people a visual aid for just me and Vanessa sitting in a studio, but hey, you know what? People watched yesterday. I guess they'll watch today. All right, let's get into a round of clickbait. As Klein would say, the internet was designed for 2 reasons and 2 reasons only: clickbait and masturbate. So let's get into it.
Yay.
You like clickbait, Vanessa?
Bait. I like saying bait.
Do you know how to pronounce it?
Yeah. Bait.
What is it called?
Bait.
All right, I'm convinced Vanessa doesn't know this segment at all, what it's really called. All right, this is the germiest item in a restaurant according to a microbiologist. Any ideas? I guess we'll start with you, Jake. This is the new germiest thing in a restaurant. A lot of disgusting things in a restaurant. I don't think any of them really get washed properly. What do you think the answer is?
Well, any type of clickbait thing is always something like random, something you would never think. So I'm going to go with like the card reader, because no one ever cleans the card reader.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people tap to pay now. I feel like that has eliminated some of the germs. But those card readers, I would imagine when I worked in a restaurant, I never thought to clean anything like that. All right, that's a good guess. Johnny, what about you? What do you think is the new germiest thing in a restaurant?
It's definitely got to be like the menus, because like, come on, they're just wiping that down with a towel. They're not going at it with a Clorox wipe.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding. Johnny got it. It is the menu. The average person touches their face 16 times per hour, but it is far higher when they're making a decision. So while they're looking at the menu and they're going, what are you getting? What are you getting? They're trying to look at the chicken. They're asking the waitress, what does she recommend? Even though they're really just going to go with whatever they wanted. That is why the menu is disgusting. And Johnny's absolutely right. They are not cleaning. They're just giving them a once over with that dirty ass towel. All right, moving on. This is the new dating red flag. This is the biggest dating red flag for men and women. And it's actually different than, I think one of the top was people who have no hobbies. I think that was at the top of the list last time. This is a new number one. Johnny, we'll start with you this time. What do you think is the biggest dating red flag these days?
100%, without a doubt. I think it's definitely the tightness of your pants.
What made you arrive at that conclusion, Johnny?
Like the number one ick girls get whenever they go on a date with a guy is, how tight are this dude's pants? And if he's wearing skinny jeans in 2025, that's like the biggest ick with girls right now. They hate skinny jeans on a guy. It's baggy or nothing.
Do you think the same thing of men when they're dating women?
I look at him, I'm kind of like, my boy, you got to ditch those skinny jeans, man. This isn't 2019.
Vanessa, you're single and dating men. Do you get turned off by skinny jeans? I did hear that this was a thing.
Like I don't like skinny jeans. I don't like super baggy jeans.
You are regular jeans.
Regular jeans.
Regular ass jeans.
It fits me well.
All right, speaking of baggy jeans, Jake, what's your guess? What is the biggest?
Speaking of baggy jeans.
Well, your jeans are baggy now. You've lost all that weight.
That's right, yeah. Lasara.com.
Lasara.com. All right, what is your guess for the biggest red flag in dating now?
I feel like we've heard so many of these. Like, I think, wasn't one like bitching about your ex a lot? Or is that one?
That is, I think, a first date ick. Yeah, I think that was like the biggest pet peeve on a first date.
Then I'm going to say living at your parents'.
That's actually a great guess. That's not correct, though. The number one red flag is having a political party that is different than your own. Specifically, women said that if they were liberal and learned that their guy that they were dating was a MAGA Republican, they said that would be the number one turnoff and they wouldn't be able to look past it. All right. And finally, we'll do one more here.
Click, bait.
This is the number one thing you are doing wrong at the gym. There's a lot of different things that you can do badly at the gym, mainly take gym selfies and perv out on other people while they're working out. Not that I do those things, just saying. But what is the number one thing you're doing wrong at the gym? Jake, what do you think?
It's not lifting with your back.
What?
Isn't that like the big thing? Like you don't lift with your back. You gotta lift with your legs.
Don't lift with your back.
Talking about?
I mean, are you talking about just bad form in general?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. All right, Johnny, what do you think?
I was going to think it's eye contact, like just making awkward eye contact with like the girl or the guy next to you.
As you're squatting, just
you're lifting with your back?
Hard.
Yeah, like I'm not staring at your ass, but like I'm just like kind of looking in that direction.
It is funny because when I go to the gym, there are people now that I see there regularly, and I'm like, oh, these are the same people, and I want to see what their routine is. I'm just generally curious. I'm like, okay, what is he doing now? And now he's going back over, he's doing another set, but I could see people catching my eye and then being like, why does she keep looking at me? Effing weirdo. All right, you're both incorrect. It is using too much weight at the gym. A lot of people, because they're around other people, they want to flex at the gym. They want to make it seem like they know what they're doing and that they can take a lot of weight. But not only is it going to help you get injured, it's also going to have terrible form and I guess result in lifting with your back. Yes. So in a weird way, Jake was right. All right, we're going to take a break. When we get back, my kid was given a weird nickname by his teacher. This happened a little while ago. We're going to get back into it. Klein is out today. He'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be in full force. And we've got a lot more exciting stuff to get to on the show today. And we're going to be live till 11 a.m. as part of Summer Hours. So stick around. It's Klein Alli Show.
KROQ Road Trip USA. Your favorite KROQ bands and destinations all across the country. Stop 1. Ride a roller coaster at Busch Gardens. Make friends with an alligator. Fall in love with a Cuban sandwich when you see 21 Pilots in Tampa, Florida. Qualify all week and you'll instantly win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium October 26th.
We're 21 Pilots and we don't approve of that.
Yeah, but KROQ does.
Then you could be off to Florida for round 2.
I didn't understand a thing you said.
Because nothing says summer like music, humidity, pirate parades, and a lizard watching you eat lunch. Courtesy of Live Nation and Atlantic Records.
The world famous KROQ.
San Bernardino.
Giant TV in your house. So what is your daddy's favorite thing to watch on television?
I think football. Can't copy me.
You guys can both have the same answer if you
no,
want.
she can't.
Yeah, Olivia. Relax.
The
Okay.
B movie?
The B movie?
Oh my God, you loser.
They watch the B movie. I don't watch the B movie.
The dog said the shit, the fuck, and the...
Oh!
Whoa,
What did she say? Did she just cuss?
Oh, that must be movie.
Oh my God, you said those so casually.
Wait, guys, I have something.
Go.
He also likes...
Guys, honestly, you gotta stop.
Actually, he likes the Minions.
Okay.
Oh my God, Minions, that's worse than B movie.
The correct answer, I wrote sports, she said sports.
All right.
I have to say.
I will give you the point.
He likes to watch Princess movies.
Okay. I will give you the point because Olivia said football.
All right, thank you.
My
Finally. God damn. Excuse me.
Is this what a 15 minutes in your house is
it's
like?
chaos.
This
Yes.
is exhausting. All
Jerry.
right, and then
Fly.
finally, what is the grossest thing that your daddy does?
All right, the answer.
Poop.
Thank you.
Okay, and Olivia?
So this is the story. So, okay, I'm in the bathroom. I'll be back in 5 minutes. 3 hours later, I'm in the bathroom for 5 minutes, and he's always taking the bathroom for so long, and he has so much gas in his belly.
Look what I wrote. I wrote fart.
Okay.
And I was about to say fart after.
Okay, yeah, I'll accept that late answer of fart as well. Guys, you've gotten to 3 points, which
that means we've won the TV.
Well, hold on a second. You could take home this TV right now, girls. Or, Johnny, will you bring in a couple of alternate prizes and
don't.
see if the girls would rather go home with
Oh, no, he's bringing in
this
candy.
plate of donuts?
No. Yes, yeah.
No, do not trade a TV for donuts and Twizzlers, guys. They're already eating it.
Okay, or
She's throwing it. She's so mad.
you could also, if you want to throw all that out, I'll give you 100 Robux.
No, I'm throwing all that out.
Okay. All right, well, now one of my kids is crying. We've
Okay.
officially done our job here.
And another one has just bought herself new screen time.
Well, so let this be a cautionary tale for all of you fathers celebrating Father's Day that bringing your own kids to work is sometimes a very overrated concept. It's KROQ.
long I've been waiting. Girl, you know I've been anticipating for the day you'd come my way. Now you're here and I got to say, you're my adrenaline, you're my fire. Girl, you make me wanna reach up higher. No star is too far. Spread your wings as we reach up for the sky. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
I see the lightning, feel the thunder. Girl, it's time for us to go down under. I've got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories.
Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. I got a shoulder you can lean on.
When times get bad,
Don't be sad, right here by your side. Yeah, yeah. True love's so hard to find.
when you get it, got to hold on tight.
I got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
We're live on this Tuesday morning. Tuesday after a break is so much harder than a Monday. I firmly believe that Mondays get, I think Mondays are highly underrated. I think they're actually way better than a lot of people think they are. Tuesdays are the worst, but we're here to keep you company live during the show. We've got more tickets to give away at the top of the next hour, but wanted to relive something that I brought to the show a little while back. We've got the full show actually going to be here tomorrow. Klein's out today, but a while back, I had brought up an insecurity that I had, something that happened with my kid. My kid's 3, his name's Wesley, and he got a new nickname at school, a nickname that was given to him by his teacher. And I felt a little self-conscious about it, so of course I brought it to the team and ended up feeling way less good about it.
Klein, Alli, KROQ.
It doesn't necessarily matter how you get the nickname. Usually, it can sometimes form your entire identity. And if the nickname is a good nickname, a cool nickname, you know, that
you can't get away from it.
Can't get away from it.
It becomes your new identity, for sure.
My buddy that overdosed on nitrous oxide in college to the point where he had to go to the hospital, still to this day has the nickname Balloons.
Isn't this the guy who crapped himself?
Oh, that was Davy Gravy. because he ate too many mushrooms and he crapped himself. And that's not a good, if your name is Dave and you crap yourself, you could end up with the name Davy Gravy. And that is not a great nickname, especially when people say, why do they call you Davy Gravy? And he says, I ate too many mushrooms and I crapped my pants.
I think you make up a different story then.
You have to make up a different, you got to be like, oh, dude, Thanksgiving in my place.
I love gravy. I have the best recipe.
But that is one of the most dangerous things that happened. My buddy Molnar has a giant scar on the side of his head, and we call him Mole Scar. And that's not a great nickname to get either.
That's so much worse than his actual last name.
So much worse. So the reality is that if you have a nickname that you earn, you hope it's for a good reason.
Well, my kid already has one, apparently.
And it's not, and this is
3.
dangerous because to get a nickname at 3.
But this is a nickname that he's been given by his teachers, which I feel like is kind of messed up, don't you? Why are they giving nicknames to the 3-year-olds and then being like, hey, what's up? You know, like insert embarrassing nickname here. But you'd be the judge if it's embarrassing.
If I was a teacher of young children, I would definitely give them all nicknames. Maybe not say them out loud, but in my own head, I would have that. Like, they're snotty. It'd be like
there's Davy Gravy.
Head.
There's the other Davy Gravy.
Yeah, big head. They're slow. Slowbur. I would have all the names.
Hey, snot face, get over here.
Yeah, I would. At least in my head.
Oh wait, you're all snot face.
Yeah, that's all of them. It'd be snot face 1, snot face 2.
Yeah.
So how did you find out about the nickname?
So I picked him up from school, and he has these. He has a certain outfit that he wants to wear all the time, but in general, he likes to wear I guess collared shirt. Like he likes these shirts that are like collared shirts.
Oh, so preppy.
I'm not picking them for him. He wants to wear them, and I'm not going to be.
He's 3. He's not.
No, I have a bunch of different shirts.
Who's picking them?
Listen to him.
He will pick it out and say, "I want to wear this one," and he wants to wear it with cowboy boots. He's into these cowboy boots.
Does he just power wheels over to Banana Republic and pick them up himself?
No.
How does that work?
Oh no, Klein. I'm a TJ Maxx and Easta.
That's right, but I'm saying you do buy the shirts.
Yes, but I buy those shirts amongst a lot of different types of shirts.
Right.
And
but he likes the collared shirt look.
Yeah, he just likes it. He just likes the preppy look for some reason. So I pick him up from school.
It's probably all that white people talking
and
about.
He's still wearing it and wearing it with cowboy boots. So I pick him up, and then his teacher goes, "Oh, Miss Gina in the other class started calling him Myrtle Beach. That's how he's known around here, as Myrtle Beach." And I was like,
Myrtle Beach?
What? And they said, yeah. And so now some of the other kids are calling him Myrtle now. And I was like,
Myrtle?
What?
Oh my God.
And I was like, why? And they're like, just because he always looks so like clean cut and like this kind of preppy look.
I don't think anyone thinks,
like
Alli, you're getting, that is definitely his nickname, but the reason you're getting is not the reason. Because no one thinks, when they think clean cut preppy, no one thinks Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
I don't know anything about Myrtle Beach.
Well,
so
I know it's not a good nickname. That's what I know.
It doesn't even make sense.
That's what I thought too. But so then they must not be giving me the real reason.
Yeah, there must be another reason.
If they're changing it to just Myrtle, that makes so much less sense and is so much more offensive.
Right.
That the kid of the gay parents, they're calling the boy Myrtle at school. Because he's preppy looking?
Well,
and I'm like, oh, how funny, haha. And then I get in my car and I'm like, should I be offended by the fact that the teachers have dubbed him Myrtle?
Maybe
and are now calling him Myrtle in regular conversation?
Maybe the teachers were talking and they're like, sorry, the mom was onto us. We had to give her the nickname. And she's like, you told her we call him Abomination Baby? And they're like, no, don't worry. I came up with something on the fly. I went with Myrtle Beach. And she's like, wait, what?
It's the next thing I could think of.
I don't know why, so let's just stick with it.
But I think that he does look different than some of the other kids. Like, a lot of those kids, you take them to one of those kid haircut places and they just buzz them. They're all buzzed and stuff.
I gotta get rid of all them lice.
Yeah, I cut his hair and he's got his own little look. So he's got, I guess, more of a quote preppy look because of that, because he doesn't have that buzzed haircut. I think they think he looks like a preppy kid because of that.
I'm not saying Myrtle Beach is white trash. But I think
But you are?
I'm doing a little research here, and Myrtle Beach looks like a big S-hole.
Yes.
The water's all dirty.
That was his other nickname.
I guess the nickname for Myrtle Beach is Dirty Myrtle.
What?
Yeah.
And
then one of the topics listed here when I'm doing a little research is, why is Myrtle Beach water brown?
Oh, man.
What the hell?
Well,
So what?
so you know what? A fitting nickname, Allie.
I thought he
All
said
that
it was
gravy.
because he's clean cut.
It's so
He wears
funny
collared shirts.
that Allie goes, well, it's probably because he's a clean-cut kid
That's
in
what
collared
they
shirts.
told me.
But there's nothing, Omar, in your research about Myrtle Beach, is there anything there about it being a clean-cut,
Preppy.
preppy place?
Nope, nothing
No.
like that. No, they have an annual mud run.
today's song, commemorating their 30th anniversary as a band. We are not at 30 years yet, but we are new Klein Alli show. We're missing Klein this morning. He'll be back tomorrow. But Vanessa and me, Alli, and Jake the Nerd and Postmaster Johnny are all in the building. A building that has many quirks. There's cockroaches, I believe, still in the building. And also there is random trash and food being left out at any given time. Johnny, I think, found a half-eaten chicken cutlet in one of the studios this morning. Is that right, Johnny?
He is not in there.
He's not in there.
But
He's
yes.
not paying attention.
I peeked in there. He's just like chilling on the couch.
Oh, great.
Johnny.
Well, I'm glad that he's present and available when we are extremely short-staffed. Anyway, this actually does involve Johnny, what we're about to listen to. So Jake has a bunch of weird stuff in his nerd hole, and there was a point where we had to move a bunch of stuff out of our studios to have everything repainted and recarpeted. And Johnny came across some of his stuff and thought 100% this is garbage. And here's what happened when they confronted each other about it on the air.
The Klein Alley Show on KROQ.
Hopefully we can be a distraction for you, or if you need information, we can give you that as well. Thanks for joining us. And if you're new to the show, nice to meet you. I'm Klein. There's Alli right there. You got DJ Omar Khan, the audio sniper. Jake the Nerd back there. He is the assistant to the assistant of the audio sniper. And then in the back room, Vanessa. And you got your postmaster, Johnny, taking the calls. Yesterday, I saw a guy by the name of Surfer Jay who works here, who walks around wearing board shorts and no shoes. And he was doing what he normally does, which is rummaging through the garbage at KROQ, because he's one of these guys that feels very similar to the Native Americans used to, that nothing should be wasted. Everything can be reused or repurposed, and he doesn't like anything getting thrown out. He's a big surfer. He's a big fan of the environment. And if anyone is throwing anything out, he finds it in the trash and usually can figure out a way to use it again. And I saw him taking stuff out of the garbage and putting it on the community table outside of here, which is usually where all the food goes, community food,
old
or
CDs.
Old prizes they couldn't give away. Once no one wants them, once truly no one wants them, they'll put them out there on the community table, and then we're allowed to grab them, I guess.
Also, down the hall now, there's the news station, and all the good snacks are there, and all the leftover snacks make it over to our table.
Right, they get all the good stuff. Like, they're getting all the good flavor bagels, and then once all those get picked through, it'll be like a couple of those random whole wheat ones that are missing a top that will get brought over to our table. Yeah. Like the real bad ones.
Just the bottom.
It's like
bottom with raisins.
It's like bottom
Totally
bagels.
bottom
We get they get like fresh ones, and then whatever like little pieces are left over get like brought down here. It's kind of the trickle down system here in radio.
We are the bottom with raisins.
We're the half bagel with raisins, and the only thing to put on is like a scallion spread too. It's like the worst combination. Anyway, long and short of it is, I'm watching him unload this garbage can onto the table, and I'm seeing all this stuff that's going onto the table that I feel like Jake would like, because one of the things they put on the table was a octopus inside, like a paperweight with a dead octopus inside of it. And I understand why someone would throw that out.
I understand why KNX would not want that stuff.
Right. So, but I did say, I should see if Jake wants that, because that's the kind of weird stuff Jake collects. So I go to Jake and I say, hey, someone's throwing out this octopus paperweight. And I go, you want it? He goes, that's mine. I go, what do you mean that's yours? It was just in the trash. He goes, no, it's not. It's in a box of my stuff.
Right, and everything was put in boxes because they had to change out the carpet in our office, so everybody had to box up their stuff over the break.
And I say, Jake, he thinks I'm doing a bit with him or something, where I'm like, Jake, I'm telling you, it's in the. I'm watching it being taken out of a trash can right now. If that's yours, it's in the trash. And he goes, no, it's in my box. So then we go to the office where he, quote, left his box of treasures, and it's a lot of stuff like that. I mean, Jake's treasures, as you know, are basically paperweights with dead animals inside of them.
Yes, and he has a lot of clutter in his
mostly
little nerd
clutter
hole and in his Jake Shack, I would imagine. But all the boxes in our entire work office were nothing compared to all the boxes Jake had for just his weird stuff.
Just his like tchotchkes. It's like, it's all stuff. It's all stuff. It's all stuff that if you were walking around any sort of a flea market or garage sale, it's the table you would skip without even thinking twice. It's
shark tooth necklaces.
It's like everyone, if you were to take whatever your weirdest junk drawers in your house and pour it on a folding table, those are Jake's treasures, right? So he's trying to figure out why his box of treasures made it into the garbage. And we cracked the mystery pretty quickly when we go to Postmaster Johnny. And Johnny claims, and I don't know what his reasoning for this was.
Maybe we can
But Johnny, you claim that you took Jake's box of stuff.
Well, calling it a box of stuff is kind of like far-fetched. It was more like a box of crap with like 4 markers and his little like bug thingy. Because you guys, somebody left it on my desk. Whenever anybody has anything they don't want or they're just walking by the office, they always leave crap on my desk. And somehow Jake's box of crap made it on my desk.
I think people put things on your desk to distribute to the morning show.
No, not
like
even that.
yours
You
is the
guys
first
leave it there.
desk
Yeah,
you
you're-
see when you walk in. So if someone's going to drop something off for us, they would put it on your desk.
Yeah, your desk is like someone doesn't really want to put in the effort to figure out which one of us it belongs to, so they just put it on the desk by the door and then assume that, we all talk to each other.
They assume that the person isn't going to be like, "What's this?"
So you had this. So you had
Trash.
Jake's box of stuff on your desk, and then where did you put the box of stuff?
I actually just put it on top of the trash can because I was like, let me just put it right here for a moment. Like, let me just get something else.
Put it right here for a moment?
On top of the trash can?
Because the trash can was full. It was filled to the brim, and I just said, like, this must be trash, maybe. Let me just put it here for right now, and if it's
Trash
somebody...
maybe?
Because I thought, like, if it's by the table of free stuff, like, somebody might look over here and be like, more free stuff.
You didn't want
Put it in the trash.
You didn't want.
I put it on top of the trash, not in the trash.
That's the same.
No,
It is the
on
same.
top is different than in.
No,
it's
it's not.
Yeah, because it was outside of the brim of like the flat level of the trash can. It was like cardboard box poking out, and then box
It's
of
like
trash.
it's like a touchdown if you cross the plane of the goal line. If you're if you're anywhere over the
Plane,
circumference
yeah.
of the trash can, it's trash. It doesn't
And
matter if it's on top.
You said yourself the trash can was full. So I would assume somebody who would put things on top of the trash can, they're doing so because they can't fit it into the regular trash.
Johnny, this is a serious question. I'm not trying to. You in your mind, you thought you were resting it on top of the trash can because you were afraid if you put it on the community table, someone would take it. So to keep someone from taking Jake's stuff, you decided to rest it on top of the trash can?
Yeah, because I was doing something else. I was like multitasking, and I was getting water or like warming up my
You
food
were
or
not
something.
multitasking.
You can't even
I was.
single
No
task.
way.
I forgot it, and I left it there, and I was like, his stuff. And then I left it on top of the trash. Because I was like, hold on, let me place it here and go fill up my hydro flask really quick.
So Jake got real upset because he thought that Johnny, thought all of his treasures were garbage, and Johnny's claiming that he did not throw it out as a spiteful move to Jake.
No, but
Not
he
at
is
all.
also saying that it was pretty much trash.
Yeah, but in your estimation, that box you did think was trash.
There was like 4 Sharpies and like his like little jelly like bug thingy, and then like a little doll or something, and I was like, that looks like
Trash. You think it's trash?
It is trash, man. What you doing playing with little dolls, bro? You play with 7, bro.
They're fun to look at.
I guess, yeah. But the Sharpies were cool.
Wait, but Johnny, you didn't think
The Sharpies were
Johnny, you
I took
didn't.
about 2 Sharpies too. He had a black one and a blue one.
Johnny,
You took the stuff and then you threw my other stuff away.
Johnny,
Actually, sorry, I borrowed your Sharpie. I still have them on my desk.
Johnny, you didn't look at that box immediately and say this is probably Jake's stuff. You just thought this is trash. Someone put a box of weird trash on your desk, so you moved it to the trash can.
I thought it was his reject stuff because he started going through boxes the day before.
So you thought that this had already been combed through, and that this is where Jake finally drew the line.
Yes,
I
sir.
feel like you're making up this excuse as you go along.
So, Jake, are you happy to have your dolly back?
I don't know what doll he's talking about. I'm glad to have my paperweight with my. It's a jellyfish, not an octopus, by the way. But I'm happy to have that back.
Whatever, dude. I mean, the fact you're defending it is to be honest, I thought we'd all SO all over Johnny for throwing out your stuff. Now I feel like I'm on Johnny's side here. It feels like the more you talk about it,
We should just throw it away.
the more I'm convinced this was trash.
It's not trash at all.
This is stuff
You
that
were going through your stuff, and that was left over in the box.
It was the final box that I needed to go through, but because I had a bunch of stuff to put in the nerd hole, so I was almost done.
There's all these lists that are circulating now about things that should be donated and things that should not be donated to the victims of the wildfires, and I feel like everything in Jake's box is on the list of things to do not donate.
I think everything Jake owns.
Right, it's all like stuff that people are attempting to like declutter. So like, I'll just take my box of unwanted paperweights and bring them over. They'll help someone, and they're saying, please stop bringing us crap that is not going to help people rebuild their lives.
But even Jake wouldn't donate it.
No, of course not. No, he loves it.
There's a couple rocks I could donate.
Okay, thank you. It's the one thing we don't need.
Rocks.
We don't need that. So, according to Johnny, be careful because anything that he puts near the trash or on top of the trash could be taken away.
That's not a defense. Putting something on top of the trash is the same as putting it in the trash.
That's 2 different things. 2 different things. Putting it on top is very different.
So we're going to get into some ADD news next. It's Prime Day, so I'll tell you everything you need to know about that and why you should be shopping in the kids section. I know Vanessa already does that, but you could be next, and it could benefit you in more ways than one. We'll get to that in the next ADD news here on KROQ.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Man, I just got some shocking news from Vanessa.
It looked like it.
We will get it. Jake is here. He can see us on the live stream. I just got some news about Klein that I had no idea, and we will
Your
get
mouth was agape for like a minute.
We need to track down whatever audio
I'm
you're talking
literally
about
shocked.
because I didn't know that existed, and we need to figure that out. Anyway, Jake's back. Johnny, I believe, is going to be rolling up any minute. Klein's still not here. Omar is not here, but let's get into ADD news, and then we'll get into the top of the hour and talk about all the things that I just learned. All right, today's the day. Hopefully, you've gotten good at pretending to work while you're really online shopping, because another Prime Day has begun. And this one is twice as long as its predecessors. Prime Day is 4 days long. Starting today, it's usually 2 days long. And I can't wait for 5 years from now when we start celebrating Prime Month, because it's just going to keep getting longer. You will see deals today on things like electronics, of course. You've got the Apple Watch. It's going to be at its cheapest at $279. You can also get a 50-inch TV for $260, which sounds cool, but after giving away a 100-inch TV a few weeks ago, this deal sounds super lame. You can also get a Ring doorbell for $49. And, you know, as soon as you get a viral coyote video out of that, you've kind of gotten your money's worth. And then I always like to judge the success of a Prime Day by the price of the Amazon Fire Stick, because the price just gets lower and lower in value every single Prime Day. And this Prime Day, it is $17 for that thing. But other retailers are saying that they can't really offer good deals this year because of the tariffs. So you're going to find big deals on big ticket, big company items, but some of those smaller things, which is really what I add to my cart, is just like a random scrub brush or something that is like $3 off. You're not really going to see deals like that. So if you have gotten good at that concentrated face while you're staring at your computer at work and you're like, oh, I'm really making my way through a spreadsheet right now, but you're actually just online shopping, this is your week. All right, clothing sizes can be super frustrating, confusing. A size 4 might be super tiny in one store, super massive in another. And when you shop off the sale rack, like me, you also have to deal with, the pant legs being different lengths and stuff like that. That's my problem, not a you problem. But according to the Wall Street Journal, and I'm interested in, Vanessa, what you think about this, the style of clothing is on the bigger, baggier side now. Everything's kind of like supersized. So people who are smaller and have a smaller frame are finding it harder to just find clothes that fit. And as a result, petite adult women are shopping in the kids section more than ever before. And as somebody who I know we criticize you for being a child and shopping in the kids section on a regular basis.
It's not a criticism. It's just an observation.
It's actually just a fact that you're a child. But still, do you shop in the kids section?
No, I don't shop. Okay. I have shopped at the kids section before for a jacket. I was like, this fits me. But for the most part, 99% of the time.
That's your one example.
She's in the toy section.
I bought a jacket.
No.
It was a doll jacket.
99% of the time, I'm in the
Barbie clothes.
Women's section. I just wish they had a petite section for short people. That is like my biggest thing.
Well, I mean, they have the big and tall, right, for guys that are like short, massive. And they have a petite section because that's where my mom always shopped. But I feel like that is always geared towards old ladies. Like, there's not a lot of petite, cute stuff for younger people. But then if you go shop in the kids section, what a lot of people are finding is that, it fits me, but it also has like mass amounts of glitter and frills on it.
No, okay.
Or it's like a glitter, or like a wicked t-shirt that says, I'm wicked awesome. And you're like, I don't want to walk around as an adult with this on.
No, I just want to give a tip to the shorties. If you go to Zara, the jacket section in the kids section, they look like women jackets that fit you.
The more you talk, the more you sound like a child.
Just Zara.
They have big girl stuff at Zara. All right, this came up in my feed everywhere last night. I've never been to this place, but it seems to be a big deal. It's been around for 117 years. Kohl's French Dip is closing, and they gave a bunch of reasons. This place is in downtown L.A. They've got that iconic neon sign outside. They said it was everything you can expect. It was COVID. It was the Hollywood strikes. It was rising crime rates. It was rising labor and goods costs, high rent. I would imagine even lighting up that iconic French Dip sign is probably way more expensive than ever. One of the best old-timey signs in L.A., by the way, and this place was so iconic that it achieved official landmark status. So as we continue to knock out our summer bucket list, I believe that visiting a landmark is on our list, and technically this would qualify.
Technically, don't we have to go 50 miles or some crap?
Yeah, but I think that's Omar's random details that he's adding in. I mean, I think if it is an official landmark according to the city...
What we should do, especially since Klein is not here, to punish him, is have him do a high voltage food review of this French dip.
That would be great. I mean, we have until August 3rd to go, and if that means that he would qualify and that would knock something off of his bucket list, I think that would be the first thing that he knocks out. Yeah. I think he has not done anything on that list. I actually went skinny dipping over the break, and that is a very freeing feeling, I must say. I was in my mom's pool, and I was like, ooh, water on my bare ass.
That doesn't count.
What do you mean? 562 on the text line said that we said that about having sex in public, that the sex needs to be in a public place. I don't believe we said anything specifically about skinny dipping needing to take place in a public place. I was in Lake Tahoe over the break, and I think there were plenty of people around that would have seen my naked ass if I had done that. I don't think that would be a risk I would be willing to take. All right. We're officially in summer hours. It's Klein Alli Show on KROQ. Klein's going to be back tomorrow. He's taking some personal time. I'm sure he will explain when he gets back. But in the meantime, let's give you stuff. Caller 20 now. will win tickets to see 21 Pilots at BMO Stadium on October 26th. And we'll also get you on the standby boarding list for a shot to see them again in Tampa. This is part of KROQ's Road Trip USA. Seeing 21 Pilots, I've seen them live. It is a gift in and of itself, but to see them twice is even better. So get those fingers ready. 800-520-1067. Give us a call now and win. Today could be your day. Especially there it is. Klein Alli Show. We're live here on a Tuesday morning. Not in full force. There's some people missing, and I think Vanessa could have potted me up a little sooner there, but it's all right. We're actually doing pretty good considering the circumstances. And let's make you happier by giving you some tickets. Let's see. Line 7. Torrance, hello.
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
My name is Tara, and this is my reward for being on the radio is my reward because I also shop in the kids section.
Hey! All right, shopping in the kids section.
Do you get your jackets at Sarah?
I've never been there, but
you gotta go.
That, I'm going to give it a go.
Do it.
There you go. Are you, so Vanessa, how tall are you again? You're 4'11"?
4'11".
Are you taller or shorter than Vanessa?
I'm 4'11 3/4.
Okay. I'm
Those
4'11
quarter
and a
inches
half,
matter.
actually.
It's like when a guy is about to be 6 feet, he's very interested in the quarter inches. The same with a girl who's about to be 5 feet. It seems like those quarter inches really, really matter. All right, well, congratulations. You're going to see 21.
matters.
It does matter. You're going to see 21 Pilots at BMO Stadium. I guess try and get there early so you can get in the front, because I'm sure any other person will be blocking you. You'll be seeing them on October 26th, and then we're going to get you on that standby boarding list for a shot to see them again in Tampa, all right?
Awesome. Thank you so much. Sweet dibs.
Yes, sweet dibs to you, and thanks for hanging in. I know that it's been a little rocky, of course, today and yesterday. Yesterday was just me and Vanessa because Klein was out, Omar was out, Jake the Nerd had a colonoscopy. Now his ass is back to normal. And then we got an email late Sunday night from Johnny saying, I may or may not be in tomorrow because I have an emergency move-out situation. And Johnny, why don't you explain what you explained to me when you came in late in the show yesterday? You said why you had to move out so quickly, and I think it made sense in your head, but it made zero sense to me.
I forgot what I said to you. What did I tell you?
You said I had to move out because our landlords came to each of us, because there's three of you, right, living together in this place with two old ladies, right?
Yeah,
that's the
correct.
situation. So these two old ladies went up to the three of you and said, Johnny, you're leaving, and you're staying, and I'm raising your rent.
Oh, yes. So I had the move-out date. I'm like a month-to-month thing. So I had the move-out date by July 22nd. My other buddy, she had her date. Her rent increased by like another $1,000, which is crazy for a one-bedroom. She got it raised up by like $1,000.
And so here's my thing. When we learned about your living situation, we talked about it on the podcast a few weeks ago, and it was you and two other people in their 20s and then these two old ladies. Correct. And our strong theory was that there were probably toilet cams going on in the apartment, and there were probably some weird things going on with these old ladies. There's a reason why they're cycling through a bunch of mid-20-year-olds. And
the old ladies are the landlords?
The old ladies are the landlords, but also live there with you, right?
Yeah.
So how many bedrooms is this?
It's like a 4-bedroom house, and then I had a private back house. Kind of like the Jake Shack, but not so much like shacky, more like actual house.
Right. So in my opinion, I don't think your toilet cam footage was delivering. And by the end of the month to month, they were going, Johnny, you're giving us nothing because you take your dumps at work.
That's true. I was actually thinking about that. I was like, well, I never used that restroom. I never used the toilet.
Right.
And I've only showered there like twice. And
Exactly.
I've been there for like 3 months.
So they're probably going, well, now we're having this kid pay. We could probably have a younger man walk in, pay just as much, if not more, in rent, and take regular showers, and we can get a good look at his nude body. Because it is, of all the roommates and all the apartment living situations I've had, I've never had a situation like yours where they just sit you down and go, you can stay and you all have to go.
Yeah, are you on a lease?
Yeah, it's like, well, no, it's not a lease. It's just like a month-to-month kind of thing.
But
It's
did you sign anything?
No, very temporary, no.
So then what? They gave you 48 hours to get out?
Yeah, well, yeah, but also, too, I understand because it was month-to-month, but also, too, we already have a second place lined up, but it's interesting you say that because check this out. When I got up to leave this morning, there was this like girl sleeping on our living room floor on this like blow up air mattress, and I was like, where the hell did she come from?
Dude, so it is clear to me that Johnny is living in some kind of house of horrors, and there are weird things being done to these 20-year-olds. A house of whores and horrors, Jake. Both
she can say that
whores
word, Jake.
and
She can say
horrors.
that.
But now, who is this woman that you see on the living room floor when you wake up?
Apparently, she's some 19-year-old from England.
So now this going even younger.
And she's blonde. And I was like, this makes no sense. I was like, I thought you wanted guys, but like, why are we going for girls now?
Now it's even weirder that you knew about this pervy situation and wanted to stay in it.
Well, I mean, cheap rent is cheap rent.
I guess you're right. So now, do you know where? Because you said I couldn't come in. There's a moving van that's coming at a certain time, and I have to get my crap in this moving van. Otherwise, my stuff's going to be left out on the street. Seemed like a very, desperate situation. So now, do you have a new place?
Yeah. So we're trotting on down to Woodland Hills, and we're.
I found another old lady who's going to take. You've got a bedroom cam for me. And are you going to stay with the same people?
Oh yeah, my homies for life, of course, my family.
And is it cheaper rent or is it more expensive?
It's pretty much the same for me, but like, I mean, we have a pool now and a tennis court and a basketball court, so.
Pool?
Yeah, if you guys want to come play basketball, like I've been wanting to do for the longest time, we could finally come play basketball.
Yeah, we're not going to, of all the sports that we've done on the show, I've had to do a pop-a-shot against Klein, and I lost. I played pool against a one-armed man, and I barely won that. I just lost to two 11-year-olds at pickleball, so we're not doing the basketball tournament.
Please,
right?
let's do basketball,
No.
please.
All right, we got more show coming up next. I believe we're going to hear something that happened a while back with Katie and my wife and her taking off her wedding ring. But we've also got more live stuff for you. We're going to be here till 11 o'clock for summer hours here on Klein Alley Show on KROQ.
KROQ Road Trip USA. Your favorite KROQ bands and destinations all across the country. Stop 1. Ride a roller coaster at Busch Gardens. Make friends with an alligator. Fall in love with a Cuban sandwich when you see 21 Pilots in Tampa, Florida. Qualify all week and you'll instantly win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium October 26th.
We're 21 Pilots and we don't approve of that.
Yeah, but KROQ does.
Taking my time on my ride.
Then you could be off to Florida for round 2.
I didn't understand the thing you said.
Because nothing says summer like music, humidity, pirate parades, and a lizard watching you eat lunch. Courtesy of Live Nation and Atlantic Records.
The world famous KROQ.
Time for Where'd You Go? How Far'd You Go? Date Jake and an actual date with someone. All we know is that he met her on Tinder and she's an English teacher. That's all we know. Everything else we will try to figure out together. We'll let you play along. Here we go.
Where'd you go? How far'd you go? Did you guys go play bingo? Where'd you go? How far'd you go? Did you guys take it slow or no?
All right, we'll let some listeners get in with some questions as well. The only questions we cannot ask you are where did you go? How far did you go? But we can ask you anything else about you or this person, and then we will try to figure out where you went and how far you went on the date. The fact that he even told us about it, Alli, makes me think that something good happened. Because if it was just a total colossal failure, he may have kept it to himself.
It's funny because Jake he's got a pretty good poker face. If he is like, yeah, I want a date, you're like, oh, what happened? He could be like, I had sex all night.
Right.
Or he could be like, it went horrible. And
Right, trunk burger, another trunk burger.
Yeah.
Also, what's funny is that I did a little bit of research right now on Tinder, and Jake had a higher tier than normal Tinder profile thing. Yeah, because Tinder's free, and then you get a basic version. Then there's Tinder Plus, that's $10. Tinder Gold, that's $15, and he has Tinder Platinum, that's $19.
Jake.
Fancy Tinder. Well, I mean, that's 949 says he's Tindering for 2.
they think it's a throuple when they go with Jake, I guess.
That's crazy.
Jake,
Jake's thirsty.
Jake,
huh?
it's funny because
And you still only at 2.
that was the platinum plan.
Yeah.
Jake, that's amazing. Did you know you were paying for the highest tier of Tinder?
No, I didn't.
There's a higher one. It's called Tinder Select, and this is a yearly subscription fee for $500.
Whoa.
Oh no, this one's $500 a month. Yeah.
What? A month?
A month?
That's what it says. Yeah.
Man.
Dude, people are spending $500 a month on Tinder?
That's crazy. The whole thing is
what
insane.
a waste of money.
I'm sure a lot of those people who are paying for it still don't even remember that. Like Jake remembered that he's still getting charged for it, but he's a platinum Jake.
I forgot the first week. I had to go and cancel my subscriptions thing.
What? Did you sign up for that because you were really trying to get, find someone to get laid?
Vanessa made it so we could do the AI challenge thing, and then I had it on my phone, and then I was drunk one night. I'm like, I'm going to sign up, and so I could start swiping on people, and then I forgot.
Yeah, I got it. All right. Well, we each get one question. Where'd he go? How far did he go on this date? Alli, would you like to begin?
Yes. Jake, what was the first thing you messaged this person? What did you say?
Are you real?
I don't. I probably just like, hey, how's your week going? I think is what I said.
Hey, how's your week going? Was your opening line?
I think so. After we matched, something like that.
Okay.
All right, Omar, you got a question for Jake the Nerd. We're going to get into where he went, how far he went on this date in a moment.
Yeah, I know a lot about. I mean, we work with the guy. You know what? I hear something that's. What's your landscaping downstairs?
Oh. The same question you would ask anybody else. You're right.
You got a ball throw action going on? What's going on there?
It's trimmed.
It's trimmed like how?
Like short.
Just short?
Next.
Like a mohawk? You got like a little landing strip down there? Or?
No, it's all the same. All short.
Oh, okay. Like how? What's the length? Like a half an inch?
That's enough. A lot of detail. Jesus Christ. I need to write a new question because I also had a ball throw question. So I'll give you mine in a second. Hey, Maria, go ahead. You have one question now. We'll get into where he went, how far he went on the date. But what is your question for Jake the Nerd?
Did he prepare with a trunk burger this time?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I was going to ask something similar. You always have a consolation meal, and I know you're not as hungry anymore now, thanks to Lasara. But did you have a consolation burger last time? I think your first date with Tina, you had a trunk burger, a burger waiting in the trunk for after the date, if it went well or didn't go well. Did you have any sort of a consolation meal waiting for after this one?
No, I ate right before.
Oh, you did eat right before. That's a good question.
Ate right before.
Kimberly, you get a question for Jake the Nerd. Go ahead. What is your question?
Ball throw questions are out.
Yeah.
Did you go in a car to the date?
All right, that's a great question. Was there? Did you pick her up in your beat-up car?
No, I did not pick her up in my beat-up car.
Oh, okay, good question. All right, Jake, I'll give you the final question right now. Have you self-pleasured since the date?
No.
It's a good question, Klein.
Thank you.
No.
You probably couldn't.
Were you waiting for a good question?
Yes.
That's basically what you just said.
Yeah, that's right.
I couldn't. I watched Alli's video.
All right. Oh, that's good. That'll cure you. That'll cure you, grills, my friend.
I have cured someone of their panty
I
fetish.
believe it. Hey, we're going to check that world premiere of Alli's Panty Haul video coming up in moments. All right, we've learned a little bit about Jake. But now the only questions that matter, which is where'd you go, how far did you go on the date? A real match on Tinder. He's a platinum Tinder man. Who knew? Jake will cut many expenses and lots of things, but not when it comes to his Tinder. He is the second most expensive tier there is.
I think I know exactly what happened.
All right.
So,
what day was this, Jake?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay. Sunday date.
So here's what I think happened. I think he messaged back and forth with this girl. This girl, he said, was a listener to the show. I don't think that she would have swiped and chatted with Jake if she wasn't already in on Jake. I don't think she would have been like, I'm still deciding.
Right.
You know what I
So
mean?
she thinks she decided sex.
I think that she decided early on that sex was going to happen. But, of course, Jake wants to make everything convenient for him. So he suggested
Come to me.
go to a bar within walking distance of where I live. He met her at that bar. They had a few drinks, and then they walked back to his place to watch some stupid movie that no one's heard of. And then during the movie, they started up and had sex.
You ever see Anime in a Shack?
And she's like, sure, I don't know.
Right, I got it.
And then they had sex, and they're going to see each other again.
She wanted the novelty of Jake the Nerd.
I'm sure she wanted to see the Jake Shack.
I agree. There's no chance he left Burbank for the date. The date 100% happened in Burbank, probably within a 3-block radius of where he lives.
At first, I thought he was going to go to that taco place he won't shut up about.
Oh, right.
Because he found a new taco place right down the street from where he lives.
That's what I ate right before.
So I thought he took her there, but I guess he went there beforehand.
Alli, you know what? Knowing Jake, you could have gone there beforehand and during and after. All right, Omar, what's your guess? Jake the Nerd's big Tinder date. Where do you go?
I
How
think,
far do you go?
Allie's absolutely right. She had already made a decision that she was going to go all the way with Jake, so they definitely had sex.
Like she's into oddities.
Yeah. And as far as the date, I think they just, they met somewhere. They went on a hike. I know Jake's a big hiker. I think they just wanted to get to know each other, so they went on a hike somewhere.
Hike.
Yeah.
Interesting. We can hike for a 3-block radius around this taco truck. I'm going to let Maria play along with us because she asked a question. Maria, where did he go? How far did he go on the date? You're a woman. Maybe you give a different opinion.
I'm a woman, too.
Shut up, sir. Go ahead, Maria.
I think that he took her to that bar that he always frequents, and he took Kibby, and I think that they did go all the way.
Also, 3 guesses for all the way.
Yeah, I think so.
Platinum Jake.
Also because Jake would be like, so what are we doing here?
Right.
He would be like, if we're going to do this, let's do it.
Kimberly, you got to ask a question as well. I'll let you take a guess. Where did he go? How far did he go on the date?
I think he went to the same place, the bar that they said, probably had 2 or 3 shots. and got a little tipsy, maybe had another buzzball at his place, and then went all the way.
310 as an interesting guest on the text line.
All right, we're in summer hours here on Klein Alli Show on KROQ, and being on this show, being a part of this show it is a true honor, but it hasn't exactly been a confidence builder. Anytime I bring up a personal relationship like the one with my wife, usually everyone makes me feel even worse about it and tries to tear me down.
She's cheating on you.
She's not cheating on me. Yes, there might be evidence, if you're looking from a bird's eye view, but when you really get into the nitty-gritty of my relationship, we love each other very much. Now, in this case, I found out that my wife had taken off her wedding ring while she was at work, and possibly even longer. And I confronted her about it, and here's how it went.
The Klein Alli Show on KROQ.
Alli has been taking heat for a while because her wife is very friendly and social. And there have been quite a few things that have come up on this radio show over the years some of them that I witnessed, like the time we went to Beach Life Festival and she was hitting on that bartender. Got her number, and then ended up watching Atlantis with her on her shoulders or something.
I believe it was Sheryl Crow.
Sheryl Crow, whatever. One of the
Alli,
most.
why do you say that like you're proud of your wife? Got her number.
She is proud of her.
Because my wife loves me, and she is a very unique person that people want to talk to and want to know. And I'm proud of that about my wife. Yes, there are times where if she's just drinking with my friend and they happen to be topless, I have questions. But overall, I think she is an incredibly loyal, special person, and that's why people flock to her. That's why she's the Riz Master, as Johnny would call her.
Right, but there's also
a lot of those people, like, I don't know who that yoga guy is who had that brothel of women. I forget his name, but... Bikram, yeah, that guy, had the same quality. Everybody wanted to get to know him, and look how that dude turned out.
And that's kind of what my wife is doing. She does Bikram yoga.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
she practices his...
She's a new Bikram.
And she stays late with the yoga teacher. And
she
they
does
do
private lessons,
privates.
Yeah. Yes, and she has
private lessons and private parts they do.
Well, also the owner was kind of massaging her with THC oil one day, which was not a part of what she paid for whatsoever. And none of that's ever happened to me. But what happened the other day is my wife works from home. She's a therapist. I went into...
And she uses that voodoo on you, so whenever you confront her with one of these things, and there's a lot of things we just brought up.
This is triggering for you and you're projecting. What's really going on?
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know. I'll just go make dinner.
She does some weird Yoda stuff, and next thing you know, Allie's like apologizing and cooking. It's like crazy. I don't know how she does it, but I got to start getting into this therapy thing on the other side, because you learn some weird hypnotism or something.
So I went into the room to grab something, and I notice her computer is set up where she works, and sitting to the side of her computer is her wedding ring. Both the wedding ring and the wedding band. And I'm going, wow, she just finished with a client. She obviously took the wedding ring off for the session for some reason. Why would she have her wedding ring off? Wouldn't you ask questions if your wife took her wedding ring off at all? I know some people take it off if they have construction jobs or whatever. Maybe there's some reason why they don't have it at work or whatever. My wife is not one of those people. She's literally sitting in a chair. Why would she be taking off her wedding ring for any reason?
Well,
I would not even notice if
really?
my wife wasn't wearing it. Yeah, I would not
guys
notice.
don't notice.
I feel the same about wedding rings that I do about manicures. Never noticed one ever. They get done all the time. I wouldn't notice if my wife came home missing all of her fingers. Wouldn't notice. Wouldn't notice.
As long as her mouth worked.
And she says, and she'll say to me things like, "Did you notice I got
fingers?
I got a manicure today," and I'll say, "Nope, didn't even know you had hands."
So would it bother you though if you did notice?
I
would
don't
definitely
actually know.
bother you.
I don't even really know if she wears the wedding ring or not wear I think it's all about if it goes with the outfit or something.
What?
Yeah, I think she has other rings on that aren't mine. Maybe she's married to other people. I don't know about.
That doesn't bother you? Then she's walking around and people don't know she's married?
Listen, I know. First of all, I don't think wearing a wedding ring or not wearing a wedding ring matters at all anymore, because I think that sometimes people wear fake ones so they think they'll get hit on less, and I just don't think people care. I don't think anyone respects the ring regardless.
No, I think they do, dude. I think you're wrong.
I agree.
You think people now...
Oh, yeah, dude. I've been in situations where I've been in, talking or whatever, and then they notice the ring, and then they back off.
Yeah, women notice. Guys don't notice.
Yeah, I don't think
I think guys don't care.
Maybe that's what it is. Guys don't care.
Girls care.
Right. They're like, hey, is that wedding ring real? And then...
So I decided to ask her about it because you guys are always in my head now about this stuff. And I just wanted to know what you think about her response because she gave a few different reasons of why she didn't have it on.
Okay, this is what Alli's wife said.
I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern.
Okay, well, she sounds like it's been a long road, huh?
This is a dangerous and that's a dangerous concentration of power.
Okay, that's President Biden. Excuse me.
Thank you so
Well
much.
said. Hold on, I got to find this clip. What's this clip called from your wife? I'm trying to find it here.
Here I can.
Is it? Oh, it's cheating wife. Here we go.
No, it's called
Cheating bitch.
I've got it right.
Allie's listen. This is Alli confronting her wife here.
I wanted to ask you because I noticed something yesterday. I wanted to ask you because I noticed something the other day.
What is all that noise? What are you wearing? Corduroys? You eating something?
We're in the kitchen. There's a lot going on.
Is that Vanessa eating another piece of meat?
As soon as I get home, I put a lot of things in my
Sounds
mouth.
very loud. Yeah, go ahead. You want to ask her
I
something?
walked into the guest room after you were finished with a client, and I noticed that your wedding ring was off and it was on the table.
Man.
What the hell?
Wait.
She just literally just laughed in your face. What the?
What a great... I mean, I'll tell you.
Come on.
You caught me.
Get back to chopping.
I noticed you were having sex with another person in front of me.
All right.
She didn't really validate. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Validate?
She's about to respond.
Well, her
Not
first response
validate,
was
but-
cackling in your face.
That was play that back.
Yeah, I mean, that is wild.
Okay.
You confront her. I mean, it's a fair question. Why take it off?
I walked into the guest room after you were finished with a client, and I noticed that your wedding ring was off and it was on. Oh, go away, you silly bitch. The table.
Yeah, because I was cleaning it.
While you were working?
No, I cleaned it. I don't know when I took it. I was cleaning it during one of Wesley's baths.
Already weird, right?
Story's getting...
What? That does not make sense.
Her story has already changed.
Cleaning the table. I thought you said
By the way, don't you just let it soak or some BS
She
like that?
said she was cleaning her ring, and that's why she took it off. But I'm like, while you were in a session, you were cleaning it? And then she goes, no, it was at a different time, and I just happened to put it there. And I'm like, what?
I might have taken it off during work and then cleaned it while he was having a bath, and then before the fires.
She's a terrible liar. Terrible liar. Wow, this is crazy.
Okay.
She's bringing up the fires now.
Alli, does this not concern you?
Well, it gets more concerning later.
Happened.
What?
I made sure to put them back on my finger. Both of them were off.
Right, because that would be the first thing that you make sure you put back on.
Put your phone away.
I'm just saying that it was sitting there as if maybe you have a client that,
Oh, no.
that you don't want to know is married, and then you take it off when you have their sessions. And
No, I think I have done that before, though.
Oh, man.
What?
Jesus.
Oh my God!
Wait
no
a
way!
minute. Hold on. So your biggest fear is that she's got certain clients that maybe she doesn't want.
she's married.
She likes to play single for whatever reason.
For whatever reason. And then she's like, but I have done that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
It's a great idea. I thought of it years ago.
This is your opportunity
This is
to
the Jedi.
walk away.
She's setting it up for the Jedi mind trick.
Yeah, I hear it.
This is a setup.
You're absolutely right. There's like that weird thing
You
that's...
openly admit to it, you can't be held accountable.
What am I supposed to do with this?
She's great at this.
She really is great at it, Alli. And it is crazy because all of a sudden, I don't even know whose side I'm on anymore now.
Right.
I think I'm on.
It's genius. That's unbelievable.
Cheating from faraway lands.
I mean,
she has never been caught because she tells
So
people.
first she laughs, then she says, no.
A weird cleaning excuse.
Right, it was cleaning something or other. And then it was, no, but I do that also, yes.
When you have their sessions. And
No, I think I have done that before, though.
Well, why? Why would you do that?
Because when I first started working, I didn't want anyone to know anything about me.
So you would take your wedding ring off on every session?
Or like for my day at work.
Hmm.
It didn't last very long.
You hear Allie's brain break there.
I'm like,
That's awesome.
She's good, man. She is really good.
I may have not done it.
So my wedding ring that I got you is your most prized possession.
Honey, I made
And you're
sure
cleaning
I
it?
almost got up during a session to put it on my finger because I
wasn't getting anywhere with this client.
Almost is not doing it.
Okay, this is wild. Damn, she's good, man. She's damn good.
Wow.
Incredible.
over here.
You should feel naked without it.
I did. Yes.
That's why it was hot.
Yes.
Well,
get out of here,
you feel better? You confronted her now, or worse?
I don't know what should I feel? Is everyone just confused at this point? Because I am.
She's doing sessions feeling naked.
Allie, this is exactly how cheating dudes react, according to the text line.
They laugh.
How can you trust? This is insane. These are not the affairs you're looking for.
An affair I did have.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Allie, that laugh is a very guilty laugh, and that's coming from a straight man.
So what do you think the game plan is here?
For her or for me?
Like, what do you think? That's your theory, that there's some client that she's a little flirty, and she takes the ring off, so it looks like no attachments. Maybe that's what you think.
No, guys, I believe her.
Oh man! All right, well there you have it. Well, kudos to running
because the force is with me.
The force is definitely not with you at all.
562 said the laughing gives her time to think of an excuse. That's what the laughing is for. It's delaying the let me think of something.
She came up with a terrible excuse.
And I still bought it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then she literally told me.
And then she then she backtracked her excuse and go, that's right, I'm doing what you're accusing me of. And you still were like, yep, you're right, sorry. Wow. All right, process that for a second, huh?
KROQ Klein Alli show here for summer hours. The show is live till 11 a.m. all summer long. If you love it, great. If you hate it, sorry. It was actually your idea. None of us want to be here. No, that's not true. We love being with you. And of course, we can't get out of here on a Tuesday without sharing an old people's secrets with you, because every time there's an old lady or an old man who turns 107 or 106 or even 101 these days, the media comes knocking on your door and asks you, what is the secret to a long life? There has never been two secrets that were the same. We are convinced that the old people are playing us and trying to kill us off early. So here's another one for you.
From chicken brain to drinking rain, not getting laid, they call me the barmaid.
They call me the barmaid.
That's right. Let's live forever with sweet dibbits.
Sweet dibbits.
Time for some old people secrets.
Yep, Sweet Divots on the show comes from an Old People's Secrets. They asked a woman her secret to long life, and she said, and we had no idea what she said, so we've just decided on the show that it's Sweet Divots, and it has lived forever, just like the old woman, who's actually probably dead now. All right, let's hear about Dorothy and guess her secret to a long life.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Dorothy Keller is celebrating her 111th birthday.
She was a great mother. She loved us.
Okay, she's not dead yet. The family's already saying
to Helen.
she was great. Oh, we loved her. Thank God.
She just nurtured us.
Mm-hmm. Ironically, they share the same birthday and love to spend time together.
I love to go out to dinner, or lunch, dinner mostly, because I love steak with the blood running right out.
So this woman could be a cannibal. We're not really sure.
Keller grew up living in a funeral home in Pennsylvania.
Okay, yes, cannibal. I think that's confirmed. Old people love juicy-ass steak, and they love going out to dinner. My wife's grandmother is like 95, and that is all she does. She just waits all day to go out to dinner, and then
They love gumming that raw meat.
Yeah, they just love it. Even though it gets harder and harder to chew as they get older, they just love that rare steak.
She was married for 49 years. Her husband passed away in 1976.
He was a busy fella. He was in the legislature for almost 40 years.
One of her favorite things to do, go shopping.
Doesn't matter whether I have the money or not. I just look at things.
That's another thing old people love to do. They love to go shopping and not buy anything. My mother-in-law will just putz around at different stores and be like, yeah, I went to TJ Maxx. Yeah, I went to Marshall's. I didn't find anything. I'm like, well, why? When I go shopping, I am so pissed if I don't leave with something, because it is a complete waste of time. But this was how to pass the time back then.
Keller lives life to the fullest, relying on her faith every day.
I'm waiting for God to tell me what to do.
So what's her secret to living a long life?
All right, any ideas for Dorothy's secret to a long life? We learned a lot about her, mainly that she likes going out to eat, she likes shopping and not buying anything, and she grew up in a funeral home. Jake, what do you think her secret is?
I like to eat the blood of children.
Okay, we're just going with straight up blood of children. Hey, you know, that blood spinning, I think, does work for some people. I think there was a Netflix documentary about that. Johnny, what do you think the secret is?
I'm not going to do a silly voice, but...
Oh, you got to do an old person voice.
God damn.
I think her secret is just minding her own business.
Okay.
That's a good voice.
Your old people voice is like a weird guy from the Bronx. That was great.
I was doing Mr. Krabs.
Oh, okay. Got it. And then Vanessa, what do you think?
Oh, for sure. My secret is hanging out with my friends at the mall.
All right, nobody's right, but this is a fascinating secret.
I'm living because I never ate cheese or butter. I don't care for butter. It makes me ill. And cheese is almost as bad.
Okay, this woman obviously has no idea how to live a proper life, and I would rather die young than not eat cheese or butter, because it truly is the best thing on the planet.
That should be your new nickname, cheese and butter.
Cheese and butter.
Can you tell me?
Why am I living this long? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Takeaways next. All right, Klein Alli Show. It's KROQ. Time to get on out of here, do some takeaways. Thank you for bearing with us the last couple of days. I know this show had its ups and downs. We were firing on one cylinder on Monday, 2.5 cylinders today, but the full show will be back tomorrow. Klein will be back. He had to take some personal time. He had a really tough loss. A close friend of his passed away. He had to take a little time. So, of course, our thoughts and prayers are with him. I guess that's what people say in these situations. And we'll hear all about it when he gets back tomorrow. All right, takeaways. Let's get to those. 626. My takeaway is Klein Alli Show pool party at Johnny's. That's right. We learned Johnny's moving into a new place that has a pool. 818, my takeaway is Jake likes to post hospital thirst traps. Don't think Jake's ever going to do that again. Let's see. 310, my takeaway is you can say hobo. I guess you can technically say anything. 213, Zara has some good kids jackets. 562, old people love gumming that raw meat. 323, they can perv on me all day as long as the rent is cheap. Ain't that right, Johnny? And
Damn
actually,
right.
a good idea. I wonder if you're up for this. 831 pitched this idea, Johnny. Spending a week at everybody else's place on the show.
I've been wanting to do that. I've been wanting to go everywhere.
Spend a week at Klein's, a week at Vanessa's,
No,
a week
thank
at
you.
Omar's.
That'd be great, yeah.
I'll put you up in the shack.
Yeah,
I'm down.
put you up in the Jake Shack.
I'll go everywhere.
I think that's a great idea. Also, tomorrow on the show, when Klein gets back, I will confront him about this new podcast that he has. Apparently, he's been doing a mental health podcast, and none of us know about it, so we will get to the bottom of this.
I'm going to share with you a quote now, and it is from the great prognosticator of our time, Mr. Adam Sandler.
So, I'm sure there's
And he
more,
just does the voice.
more where that came from.
They told me I was too ugly to be a leading man and too dumb to write comedy. My whole teenage life, I dreamed of making people laugh. But the first to laugh at me were the casting directors. Imagine, had he listened, he has exceeded in both of those things, excelled in both of those things. Succeeded is the word I was looking for.
There you go. Well, we'll ask Klein all about that. So there are lots to catch up on tomorrow on the live show, and the guys from Gaba Gaba are going to be here. And, of course, we got more chances to win those 21 Pilot tickets later on KROQ today with Kevin Ryder and Nicole Alvarez, etc., and with us tomorrow morning as we go live in full force. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Klein Alli Show. KROQ.
Hey, it's Jake from